All right, Shalom Israel. Welcome back to Wednesday's class. And we want to give a shout out to everybody that came in person. Shout out and shalom to y'all that came in person. And also that we want to give a shout out and not forget all of our online brothers and sisters that watch online that hopefully receive some edification from our classes. And also we want to give a mighty shout out to our brothers that also are affiliated with our schools in Rochester, New York, and in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, and also in Houston, Texas. I want to give a shout out and shalom to Kawakab in Guatemala, and also Amiataza in London, and all of our brothers in Florida, New Mexico, Canada, online, Costa Rica, Europe. We got viewership in Europe, and also in Lithuania. Not to be surprised, but internet has really taken off and spread the gospel and the work of the truth. But there's viewership everywhere. But for our brothers and sisters that watch online, we hope that our classes can edify, uplift, and also make strong all the viewers. All right, because that's what it's about, is building people up, not just tearing them down, but building up something new as an edifice in Christ. A strong foundation in Christ. So today's topic is about what's your rate of change. And we go in this way because a lot of times you do things that are indicative to your life and your preferences, and you get shown that the way you do things are not fundamental in development and growth in Christ. So when you get told or shown, hey, these are deficiencies, these are weaknesses, these are vulnerabilities, these are things that you should make adjustment in, the question is, how fast do you make those adjustments? The question is, how soon do you make changes when you're shown, hey, these things are weaknesses of yours? I know this is not part of the class, but let's go ahead and get started on these verses right here. I know we got Ezekiel up here. We're not going to start just yet. Let's go to Hebrews 5 and 2 real quick. And
when you say weaknesses, what do you mean by weaknesses?
And that's what I want to explain with Hebrews chapter 5 verse 2. Hopefully this scripture explains the question that Dawiah just asked. What do we mean by weaknesses? What do we mean by weaknesses? All right, so let's get this. Hebrews chapter 5 verse 2. Read this.
Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 2 reads, who can have compassion on the ignorant?
Go ahead.
And on them that are out of the way.
So when we say weaknesses, we mean them that are out of the way, meaning these are individuals that are not beneficial even to their own selves. These are people who hinder their own development by way of their doings, by way of their actions, by way of their thought processes. And we're going to explain this too in detail. He says, but who can have compassion on the ignorant and them that are what?
And on them that are out of the way.
Go ahead.
For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity.
So the person that can have compassion on somebody that's out of the way is somebody that has a very good grip on their own infirmities. They can see the weaknesses of others within themselves. They can see fallibilities of others within themselves. These individuals can have more compassion, more pity, more mercy, because they can see that, hey, I also have had issues. I also have had problems and struggles with certain things.
I've had challenges.
So therefore, I can have compassion on other people who have challenges and weaknesses. Go ahead.
Come. And by reason...
No. It says, who can have compassion on what?
Who can have compassion on the ignorant? And on them that are out of the way.
He's going to tell you who can. Read on.
For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity.
So if I can recognize my own what? Infirmities. If I can recognize my own weaknesses, my own issues, it allows me to have pity on other people who have those same issues. A lot of times what we do as people is, because people bully me because of my weaknesses, I return the favor and I bully other people with the same issues, knowing damn well, hey, I've had those same weaknesses. So it's almost like, how dare I, ridicule, mock, make fun of, or be unmerciful, or show no pity to people, or belittle people that have had the same issues I've had. But if I have a healthy understanding of my own issues, then I can also understand people, be more understanding to those that also have weaknesses, that also have challenges or need to make changes. So, because the truth of the issue is this: go to Isaiah. I know it's not. We're not going to go off from the topic, but let's go to Isaiah real quick. Give me Isaiah chapter 51. Give me Isaiah, and Salakia for the like I said, for the late start. Give me Isaiah chapter 51 and start at verse 10 for me.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 10.
Let me get there. I'm sorry. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 10. Art thou not it which hath dried the sea?
No, hold on one second. Maybe that's not it. Give me a second. Isaiah 50 and 10. I'm sorry, not 51. Give me 50 and 10. Isaiah chapter 50, verse 10.
Isaiah chapter 50, verse 10.
All right, read this.
Who is among you that feareth the Lord?
So this is what the Most High asked a question. If we're looking at the people that are making changes in their life, the question of the topic of the class is, what is your particular rate of change? Meaning, once you've been identified that, hey, you have a set of weaknesses, you have a set of issues, you have a set of problems, how fast do you attack those problems? How fast do you make adjustments in those weaknesses? What effort do you put forth to overcome those particular struggles? He says, he that what?
Who is among you that feareth the Most High?
Read on.
That obeyeth the voice of his servant.
Go ahead.
That walketh in darkness.
It says, yeah, you may have walked in what?
Darkness.
Yeah, you may have been ignorant. Ignorant just means to be untaught or unlearned. Well, because a lot of times the Most High says my people are destroyed for what?
Lack of knowledge.
Because I didn't know no better. So I by default have been a victim of ignorance by not having enough knowledge of how to overcome and compensate my weaknesses, my issues, and my challenges. So he says, yes, we've walked in darkness. Read on.
And hath no light.
And we didn't have any what?
Light.
Light represents a lot of things. But in particular, light also represents what?
Understand? Clarity.
Understanding, knowledge, scriptures. Light represents hope.
Christ.
It represents Christ. And we're going to explain this light as we get into the class. Light represents a variety of things that, say it again? Answers.
Okay.
I have hope. Your flashlight is on. So light represents a lot of things. He said, but a lot of us have walked in darkness and we didn't have any light. Read on.
It says, let him trust in the name of the Most High.
So if I was this individual that walked in darkness, that didn't have any light, that was by default full of mistakes and errors and weaknesses, and I didn't know that I was my own enemy, I was my own worst enemy, he says, let him now do what?
Let him trust in the name of the Most High.
Let him now trust in the name of the Most High. So now it's giving me the solution to my circumstance of how I overcome walking in darkness or being ignorant, having no understanding of how to fix my situation. I got to now put my trust in a greater source and a greater power. So we can also say that light represents trust. But read on. But he's going to explain what was my main issue. What was my problem? What was the reason of my downfall or my insecurities or vulnerabilities? Read.
It says, let him trust in the name of the Most High and stay upon his power.
And stay upon his power and be consistent upon trusting in him.
Come.
Never to trust myself. Read. He's going to explain even further. Read on.
Verse 11. Behold, all ye that kindle a fire.
So he said, all ye that do what?
Kindle a fire.
When you don't trust in the Most High, you start to light your own. You start to make your own light. When I don't trust the Most High, I start to make my own light. He said, kindle a fire means what? I'm starting to. How do you kindle a fire? Start making sparks.
Bro, it was crazy, bro. I was doing some research the other day, and they were saying that this Luciferianism, the root concept behind, we always say do as thou wilt, right? But they're saying the root concept behind it. This is from their own.
No, we don't say do as thou wilt. They say.
But they say.
Yeah.
The people that are Luciferians.
Right.
Say, and we say that they say.
One of their greatest verses in that satanic Bible
is do as thou wilt, right?
Right.
But from their own explanation of it, their own explanation of what they understand, what they believe, it says Luciferianism isn't seeking the darkness. They said it's creating your own light. What you just said.
Yeah.
They say it's about creating your own light.
And this is
In the physical world.
in the physical world, creating your own light, meaning what? You are responsible for your own destiny, which is the same thing as do as thou wilt. Execute your own will. And he's going to explain it. Read it again, verse 11.
Isaiah
Great
chapter
point.
50, verse 11. Behold, all ye that kindle a fire.
Yeah, you kindle the fire, meaning this was the mistake of what caused us to be ignorant. We kindle the fire, read on,
That compass yourselves
and we compass ourselves with what?
about with sparks.
With sparks, because you are striking the fire for the purpose of creating light. So it's somebody that's making their own hope or walking in their own destiny or living by their own imagination. This was the error. I did what I wanted to do. I looked at things based on how I see things. Read on.
Walk in the light of your fire.
It says, and you walked in the light of your own what?
Fire.
So, like David had explained, that's satanic. That's demonic. It's for me to make a light, and then me only trust the light that I create, and I'm going to walk in the light that I make. Meaning, I only follow my opinions. I only follow what I come up with. I only follow my ideas. I only do what I want to do. I don't follow nobody else. But he's what we're looking at is the root source of the ignorance of our people. What we're looking at is breaking down the mistakes and the errors of where we went wrong at, of why we've been compassed about with so many infirmities. Because we've been walking in the light of what?
In the light of our own fire.
Wow. Go ahead.
It says, and in the sparks that ye have kindled.
And who created these sparks?
And in the sparks that ye have kindled.
Not God.
Not the Most High.
Yes.
It's us. We kindled these sparks. We lit this fire. And we only follow the path that we could see based upon the fire that we light. Read on.
This shall ye have of mine hand.
It said, and you'll understand why I got to punish you the way that I do. Because you've been only doing what? You've been only doing what you want to do. And this is why the Most High said, I got to deal with you a certain way. I gotta deal with you a certain way because you don't follow. Read.
Ye shall lie down in sorrow.
And your life shall lie down in what?
In sorrow.
So what's the result of you doing you?
Sorrow.
You're going to lie down in sorrow. Meaning you will suffer in sorrow. You will remain to lie down in something. Meaning you're going to sleep in sorrow. Meaning your condition will be a sorrowful condition for a very long time. Because you won't stop following who?
Yourself.
You. You make your own trouble. Yes, sir.
It sounds like, let me know if I'm off here. It sounds like I made my own bed, so now I got to lay in it.
That's exactly what he's saying.
That's
You made your own bed, you got to lay in it. That's in the world's terminology. You created this condition, so now you got to sleep in this condition. But that condition was not the Most High's light. That condition was a light you created. That condition was a false light. That was a false sense of hope. That was a false sense of security. That was false wisdom. That was false understanding. That was false teaching. False doctrine. Because you can't create your own light and expect that light to get you somewhere in life. No, the Most High said it's guaranteed that you shall lay down in sorrow. That's the condition you shall be in. So it's not until we obtain new knowledge, new understanding that is stayed upon the Most High and possess the fear of the Lord, does the Most High give us a new set of light, new wisdom, new knowledge to walk by. Now let's start with the scriptures that we got on the screen, as Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 10 and 11.
Down Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 10.
And you're holding Hebrews, right? Let that go, my Lord. Hebrews chapter 5, let that go.
You still Isaiah 50.
No. Read that.
Ezekiel 33 and 10. Therefore, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us.
And we know why our sins and our transgressions will be upon us, because we only want to follow us. Read on.
And we pine away in them.
And when you follow yourself, you follow your own light, you will lie down in your sorrow, meaning you will pine away. That definition of pine away means to rot, to dissolve, to decay, or to dwindle. Now, that in Hebrew, that word pine away means makwak. We have no brothers and sisters named makwak. That is not a good
Be a
name.
bad name.
That's a bad Hebrew name.
It's not strength right
Hey, brother, Makwak Gabar, bro.
there. The lapidating warrior.
The dwindling warrior. We don't want that, bro. We don't want no warriors that's falling away, that's pining away, that's rotting away, bro. That's not a good name. So he said it means to pine away, to dissolve, to decay. You're not growing. You're actually dissolving. You're breaking down. You're not getting ahead. You're falling behind. But the Most High says what? Read it again.
God, therefore, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus she speaks, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them.
And that's exactly what happens when we do what we want to do. You're going to suffer a long time, and you'll dissolve little by little. Read on.
How should we then live?
How you going to live if you're falling away, if you're decaying? How can you have a good life, but you're decaying on the inside? You're decaying mentally. You're decaying psychologically. Your hope is decaying. Your faith is decaying. Your perspective is decayed. How can you live? How can life be good? You have a bad outlook on life. Read on.
Verse 11. Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord power, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked.
It's not like this is what the Most High designed for us. The Most High wants a better life for us. So we should also want a better life. But what that means is putting our faith in Him. What that means is having a healthy fear of Him. Read on.
But that the wicked turn from his way and live.
It says, but all the Most High wants is what? He wants a turning away from what?
Wickedness.
From your wickedness.
And live.
And live. The class is called, what is your rate of change? What does the Most High want? He just wants you to turn away and live. Another word for turning away means to repent or to change. What is your rate of change? Because it's not like you will not know what your flaws are. When you're around a healthy body of people that care about you, they're going to identify these are your set of weaknesses. These are your sets of... Everybody has different ones, but we all have them. Everybody has different flaws, different lows, different vulnerabilities, different insecurities. But we all have them. But when it's made known to you, what is your particular issues, how fast do you respond and recover from those? How fast do you attack those weaknesses? That's what we're looking at. That's what the class is about. How fast when it's being identified to you, hey brother, hey sister, this is what you got to fight. This is the battle that's in front of you. So what do you do at that point? Read on.
God. Middle of 11. Turn ye from your evil ways. For why will ye die,
And
O house?
the Most High is asking the same question. Why are you suffering as if I haven't made it clear about your errors and your mistakes? You're suffering due to your errors. So how long are you going to stay laden and overthrown by those errors? How long are you going to be fixated on those errors and on those weaknesses? What are you going to do about it? Most High even asks a question. He's asking it's basically it's on you. It's on your behalf. Your life is situated and conditioned based upon what you choose to do or not do.
So the ball's in our court.
The ball is in everybody's court. The condition of your life is in your hands. The Most High is even asking the question, how long are you going to die? How long are you going to pine away? Why are you going to pine away? Why are you pining away? This is on you. Everybody has to understand that you have to examine your rate of change. Are you changing fast or are you changing slow? It's not like everybody doesn't get the opportunity to identify what it is that's keeping them weak, slow moving, not growing, unhappy, or laden with sins and sorrows. It will be made known to you if you're really honest and you're pursuing a new direction. If you actually want change in your life. You finished that?
Last of verse 11.
Go ahead.
Turn ye from your evil ways. For why will ye die, O house of Israel?
He says, oh, why will you die or what?
O house of Israel.
That's why the Most High is even asking that same question. He wants to know, why are you in this condition like this? It's not meant for you to be in this condition. Why are you here? So, let's get Hebrews. chapter 11, verse 7, because this should be, when we look at what should be our rate of return, what should be the rate of change, this should set forth the example of how a man should perceive what's to come and how he should operate. Read this, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7. Read that.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet.
So what happens is the Most High will give you warnings. The Most High, we talked about it last class. The Most High always gives a set of what? He gives you what?
Time.
Forewarning.
Forewarnings. What else? Say it again.
Light.
Grace. What else?
Instruction.
A set of instructions. Say it again. That's what we talked about last week. The Most High gives a multitude of disclosures. If you do this, this is going to happen. The Most High always puts up warnings. That's what we talked about at the beginning of last week's class. It's not like the Most High doesn't set up, hey, these are the parameters of safety. You go outside of these parameters, you're no longer safe.
Statutes and judgments.
Right. That's what they are. These are rules that will keep you in good standing. And if you go outside of these boundaries, you're in trouble. It's not like the Most High doesn't set this up for everybody. He has it set up already. So read that again.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet.
So Noah was told by the Most High, hey, this destruction is coming. I'm about to bring rain down on this place. I'm going to rain down on this place. And I need you to make an ark. Because that ark that you make is going to be to the surviving of your family. It's going to be for the purpose of your salvation. So I need you to work on this. Read.
Moved with fear.
And Noah moved with what?
Fear.
Another word for fear is urgency. Once you've been warned about what your issue is and the danger that you're in by doing things a certain way, not paying attention to the Most High's warnings, he says you're in trouble unless you move with urgency. This is the rate of change that everybody should be operating with.
So I have to be on some kind of pace, not my own.
Not your own pace. Once you've been shown and once you've been told the danger that's happening or that's inevitable, that's bound to happen to you, you got to start moving fast towards making them adjustments. Once it's been disclosed to you what your weaknesses are, the danger that comes from not changing, or you operating a certain way for so long, whether it may be ignorance, it still may be out of ignorance, but still you can't be ignorant forever. Right. So once you're told or shown, hey, you got to put this down, or you got to change or alter things, how you look at things, or your habits, the people you roll with, or the ideas that you come up with, stoking them sparks and them lighting them sticks and walking in your own fire. You got to stop. You got to let go of the way you do things. Once you've been told or warned, how fast do you operate or take action is the question.
Does it take a week, a day,
right,
or 5 years, or does it take this destruction?
What does it take?
What does it take for me to?
It said, but Noah did what?
It says moved with fear.
And he said that urgency that Noah moved with once he got the warning. What did that urgency provide him? Read on.
Prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
So how did Noah save his family?
Through urgency.
Through urgency. How did Noah save his life?
Urgency.
Through urgency. He got one warning, and from that one warning, he took off with that one warning. How many warnings do men get where the Most High is constantly telling somebody, hey, you need to make this adjustment. You need to go ahead and make this change. Hey, brother, this is your issue. What are you going to do about it? This is your problem. What are you going to do about it? How fast do you respond and take action to those warnings? Because we got the example of the type of urgency that reaps salvation is moving with fear. I'm making quick adjustments. I'm making these adjustments. You know what it takes? That means that when the Most High told Noah, hey, man, destruction is upon us, is upon you and your household, you need to get busy, build this ark. These are the dimensions. This is the shape. This is what you build it out of. These are the materials that you use. This is what you cover it with. This is the height, the width, the length. This is the animals that I want on it. Get busy. That man got busy. So when you get told, hey, brother, you got this issue, or sister, you got this problem, you got to get busy. That's on you. Because you don't understand that your salvation is predicated upon how fast you choose to change. Or you can stay stale and stuck in your ignorance, but that's why the Most High said, how long you going to pine away? Or how long are you going to die? Why will you die? Why do we die or why do we pine away? That rate of change is slow. We don't embrace urgency when it comes to being shown or told, brother, this is your issue. Sister, this is your issue. You move too slow. You don't take what's being told or shown to you as being serious enough as my issue. I don't believe that what I'm being told or shown is actually my problem. And if you don't believe it, then you'll move slow.
True.
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 21 and 15. Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 15. Read that.
God, Ecclesiastes chapter 21, verse 15. If a skillful man hear a wise word,
If I'm a skillful man, if I'm a man of wisdom, learning, of understanding, if I'm a man that cares about instruction, doing things the right way, living the right way, he said, if a skillful man hear a what?
hear a wise word, he will commend it.
That definition of commend, write this down. To represent as worthy of notice. That means if you care about doing things the right way, then you hear a wise word. He said a skillful man will commend it. He'll represent it as worthy of notice. What does it mean when something is worthy of notice? What does that mean?
It's important.
It's important. What else? That's a good word. It's serious. What else?
It's of importance. It should be your prerogative.
Like what? When something is worthy of notice, what is that? What do I do with something that's worthy of notice?
Invest into it.
Say what? I give it my attention. What else?
If something's worthy of notice, I'm going to give it my attention. I'm going to forego all thoughts that aren't towards that. I'm going to cut off things that aren't towards that goal or that notice, that information.
When something is worthy of notice, meaning I don't forget it.
True.
This is priority, man. I can't forget what I just was told. Man, this is I gotta notice I'm taking note. Man, I gotta write this down, man. This is sticking with me for a long time. This is staying with me. I'm not gonna let this set of instructions go from beyond my side. I'm keeping this in my pocket. I'm gonna remember this, and this is gonna be my priority, and this is what I'm dealing with from this point forward. It says when a man that cares about doing things the right way, when he hears something that's wise, he said he'll commend it, meaning he'll represent it as worthy of notice. Man, you know what? I got to take regard on this. I got to regard what I just heard. Man, this is serious. This is for real. This is serious. When somebody identifies what my issue is it worthy of notice?
Not forget it.
Do I forget that? I forgot what that brother said. That brother gave me a 2-hour
He
counsel.
said something.
He gave me a 2-hour counsel.
He was loud.
And we went back and forth.
Yeah.
And I don't remember none of it. Why? Read on.
If a skillful man hear
No,
a wise
read
word,
on from there.
God says, and add unto it.
It said, and add unto it, meaning he'll acknowledge it and agree with it. Read.
But as soon as one of no understanding hears
It said, but as soon as one of what?
No,
no
understanding.
understanding,
No understanding. They don't understand what's good for them. Do what?
hear it. It displeaseth him.
It does what?
Displeaseth him.
So when somebody shows me, I can either do two things. I can say, man, I better remember what I'm being told right now and take this as being serious. This is my issue. Or I can say what? Man, to hell with that brother just told me. I don't like what that man
You're
just
just
said.
talking, man.
You just talking. You tripping.
You're just saying something. Say something.
You tripping, brother. You see, you got a problem with me. You don't like me. I don't like you. You got, you're selective. You got your favorites. There's favoritism. Or who do you think you are talking to me a certain way? See, when somebody that doesn't care about change, that's not looking at change fast enough, they hate the person that's telling them to change.
Yeah.
They hate the voice of the person that's telling them to change. They hate the voice of one that's pointing out their flaws and issues. They hate the voice and the words of the ones that can identify what they need to change and where they need to change at. I don't want to hear it. They say it displeases them. And what?
And he cast it behind his back.
And I do what?
Cast it behind his back.
Man, you just broke down my life in a 2-hour counsel, and I took all what you told me and threw it over my back. You gave me a 3-week counsel, a month counsel, a 6-month counsel, and I just took everything you said and threw it in the trash and threw it over my shoulder. Because everything that you showed me was about what I need for salvation and what I need as far as changes that I got to make in myself. And I don't even want to have these conversations. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's talk about what you need to change on.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
What about you?
What about things you need to fix? Is this about what I need to fix? Or is this the Most High giving me a full warning like he gave to Noah of the coming destruction if I don't make changes? It's how you look at it. It's how you view it. Do you regard counsel and wisdom and understanding as, man, I got to take note of this. Man, I can't forget this, man. This is real. This is me. I got to attack these things in me. Or do I say, man, you tripping? What do I do? Jeremiah,
It's not that serious, bro.
it's not that serious.
You're acting like this is really a problem. It's really not that big of a deal.
No, it's not that big of a deal, man. You're making this more than what it is. Well, you can do two things. You can commend instruction, or you can throw instruction over your shoulder. But either way, if you don't change, guess what? You're still going to pine away. You're still going to dissolve and decay because there's no changes. There'll still be no growth because you're still walking by the light of your own fire. Let's go to Jeremiah 3:15 and then Isaiah chapter 30 verse 21. The water. No, I got it.
Jeremiah chapter
What?
3 and verse 15 reads,
It ain't that fast. We ain't going faster.
"And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding."
Guess what the Most High give you in order to give you your warnings?
Pastors according to my heart.
Is the Most High himself going to talk to you directly?
No.
Pastors according to my heart.
When Israel tried that, they told Moses, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't ever want to talk to the Most High again.
I
Have
want
him,
to talk to you. I
yeah,
want to talk to God. Oh, no, I want to talk to you.
yeah. Now they withdrew and they recanted that request.
Yeah.
Let him know we don't ever want to talk to him again.
Ever.
We'll deal with you, Moses and Aaron. We'll let the word come through y'all. We already did that and made that mistake. So the Most High said he got set up individuals around you, pastors and teachers. The word pastor comes from the word pastor, which means a pasture, which means a flock of cattle. So just like a pastor is a shepherd of a flock, the Most High got shepherds, leaders, teachers to do what?
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
And they'll give you insight, they'll give you instruction, they'll give you wisdom, they'll give you direction. Let me put this in. And then he said, shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Go ahead.
And it shall come to
Now
pass.
stop right there. Give me Isaiah, just to expound on this. Give me Isaiah 30, verse 21.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21.
It says, "And thine ear shall hear a word behind thee,
And these pastors are going to be right behind you doing what?
say, This is the way."
So when a pastor or a teacher or a tutor is behind you and they're telling you what? They're walking behind you and they're telling you what?
This is the way.
What does that mean?
You're guiding.
They're guiding you. That's the purpose of people that are guides, teachers, tutors, shepherds, leaders, elders, elder sisters, elder men. They're there to guide you. They're there to give you a set of instructions to walk on a particular path that's going to keep you safe. That's going to keep you free from harm. They're going to tell you what?
This is the way.
This is the way. You're going off track. You need to get back on track. This is the way. Read on.
Walk ye in it.
This is the way you should be going. How hard is this to understand that the Most High got it set up where you don't have to walk by yourself in this life? You don't have to do you in this life. You don't have to walk by the light of your own damn sticks and fire. Because you're gonna by you walking in your light, what's set up for you is sorrow, suffering, pining away, death. The Most High already got it set up. There's safety guidelines. There's safety precautions. The Most High already got guides set up to make sure that you don't have to walk in this life full of error. What I do with the instruction that's coming from the prophets or the teachers or the guides or leaders or the shepherds, what I do with it, I either commend it or I throw it away. That's up to me. That's up to me. That's my prerogative. But the Most High got it set up already for you to have guides behind you saying, this is the way. Do what?
This is the way. Walk ye in it.
Go ahead.
When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left.
They'll tell you, hey, go right. Brother, you're going left. You need to go right. Hey, brother, you need to go left. You turn it right. You're going off track. They're going to keep you on the right path. How easy is it, does the Most High have it set up for us to succeed and to stay on track? It's easy. All I got to do is listen. All I got to do is listen to them voices that's coming from behind my head telling me which way to go. That's all I got to do is listen. I just have to be obedient to those voices. Or I can say, man, this is BS, getting on my nerves. Hey, bro, it's your salvation. It's your life. You get to choose the conditions of your life. The ball's in your court. Read on.
Verse 22. Ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a menstruous cloth. Menstruous cloth. Thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence.
So what he's saying is, as the teachers and the guides are telling you what path to stay on, you'll be constantly acknowledging what they're telling you is your filth. What mistress is a bloody rag. That's a mistress cloth. It's a tampon. That's them pads that women use. Maxi pads, tampons, whatever you want to call them. These things are made to absorb menstruation blood, period blood. So he says that the purpose of the teachers is to identify what's defiled about you. And because you agree, you will throw away those things that are defiled. You'll throw away those things that are polluted. You'll throw away those things that the Most High deem as filthy. You'll follow the instructions for the purpose of throwing away your filth. And you'll say to your own filth, get what?
Get thee hence.
Man, get away from me, filthy habits that I possess.
Because I agree.
Because I agree with the voices that's behind my head. So when a brother identifies, hey brother, you have this issue. You know what? I'm going to throw that issue away. Because I agree with them voices that's leading me. I need to put that away, man. I agree. Get this negative from behind me. I got to get the hell away from this. Because they're identifying that that's keeping me off track. So I need to stop.
I'm taking urgency.
There's urgency. There's urgency. That's how the Most High made it so that we can actually walk in a good life and have a good life. You're gonna have infirmities like we talked about. We're all compassed about with infirmities. All of us are. But what do you do when you're told about what your infirmities are?
That's the real question.
How do you respond to them?
The first battle is just trying to put in somebody's ear.
Yeah,
We didn't even get to the other part.
it's hard to even input to somebody that they have infirmities.
Yep.
There's a struggle in that. But then once it's made clear and it's laid down clearly, this is your problem. How fast do you attack that problem? Read verse 9.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people.
But the problem is our what?
This is a rebellious people.
The problem is not that there's nobody there to show us what's right or wrong. The Most High already got that provided. He's already got instructors and teachers and tutors and
He
shepherds.
created the environment. He created the situation. He created the instruction.
He created the circumstance for us to succeed.
Okay.
But why we don't succeed is why?
This is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Most High,
Go ahead.
which say to the seers, see not,
I tell people that see me and my flaws, do what?
see not.
What does that mean?
Don't see my flaws. Don't
Don't-
point out my flaws.
Don't point out my flaws. You look at you. What about you? That's what we do. We redirect the instructions that the Most High provide us to alter our conditions.
We deflect all day.
We deflect all day long. I hear you, but maybe that counsel in that class wasn't for me. That counsel in that class is for somebody else. That class wasn't for me.
I don't agree that that's for me.
Yeah, that's not my issue. I've been making changes. Okay, yeah, you may have. You can say I've been making changes. That doesn't mean you've been making changes with urgency. Remember, the right rate of change that offers salvation is what Noah did, moving with fear. He moving with quickness, speed. That don't mean you're moving with speed. How many times have we been told to you what your issue is and a brother laid it out for you? A sister laid it out clear, and you still got the same problem months later, years later.
Plenty of times.
How often do we see it?
It's every day.
Or how often have we been those individuals where the rate of change was slow?
Yeah.
I can honestly say, for the first 2 years, I really wasn't following counsel. I was stubborn a little bit. I had my own. I was still doubting if this is the truth or not. I didn't look at my sin and say, hey, get behind me. I got the truth and was still smoking for about a year. What's my rate of change? It take 360 days for me to change?
So I heard the scriptures. I went back to living my life.
Man, ain't nobody over here. I ain't at them, bro. I'll go to the school. I see them brothers when I see them brothers, man.
They read the Bible.
Yeah,
they read the Bible. They read a lot of the Bible, but you know.
Yeah, I heard what they told me, but shit, man, I got stress. I'm looking for comfort. 360 days to change? Thinking ain't nobody watching me? But you know what the Most High was doing in them 360 days? Smashing me. Which I'm happy about. Because I wouldn't have took it as serious if he wasn't smashing me. The Most High was smashing me. I'm glad he was smashing me. Because I was rebellious. Because I'm sneaking, smoking, and joking. I'm doing deceitful works in the dark as if nobody's watching me. The Most High had to keep smashing. Everything around me had to get smashed. Everything had to be smashed. Health, family, children, relationships, household, jobs, careers. Everything had to get smashed. And I applaud the Most High. Because you know what? My rate of change is so damn slow. If he didn't smash me, I'd still be doing the same thing. Something had to wake me up. Something had to make me look at negative as a menstruous cloth. Man, I gotta cut this shit out, man. Something gotta make you say that.
I want to be in the same situation as this situation.
You know, the Most High will keep you being the brother McQuack. You gonna pine away.
The pine warrior.
The pining away warrior, right? McQuack the bar. The one that dwindles. The one that rots away. Because it's necessary that you rot away. It's good that you rot away. Because you won't change.
If you don't get to that lower state.
If you know what? Because you can hear people behind you all day saying what's right. That don't mean you're gonna embrace it. That don't mean you're gonna believe it. That doesn't mean you're gonna commend it. And it's worthy of notice.
I want to, like you said, add on to. I mean, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with it. That don't mean you agree with it. Because you don't move fast when it comes to change. That's an issue for everybody. He said because what makes people move slow is what?
It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children.
They say they lying. They say they're going to change, and they don't do what?
Children that will not hear the law of the Most High.
They say they understand. Everybody always says,
Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, brother, you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
I heard you.
I understand.
Can I go home?
Yeah. Hey, brother, it's already late. I got to get up in the morning. I got to get up. Brother, you understand you can't be doing it. Brother.
Won't do it again.
You understand your mentality is unhealthy, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But where's the change at? If you agree, then where's the urgency? Where's the speed of change? Why are we pining away in our negative? I know why I did. I know there's a lot of things. There's a multitude. That was just one element. There's a multitude of circumstances where the Most High had to keep smashing me that I'm so thankful for. From repossessions to foreclosures to being evicted to everything. Children taken through child support through the state. Oh, I'm glad the Most High had to get all of it. He had to get me good too. I'm glad too. Because it was necessary for my level of stubbornness, my level of damn rebellion. I had to go to court, jail, I had to do all that. Good, I'm so happy.
I had to go through a maze.
The Most High had to put my life in down dire straits, in a damn balance, bro. Well, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. Am I gonna be locked up or am I gonna be free? I don't know. I'm glad the Most High put me in that situation. You know why? Because I wasn't gonna change. My change was too slow. I got the truth. I know right and wrong, but I ain't changing. So I had to live in a balance. The Most High matter of fact, He's gonna tell you that. You had your hand up?
Yes, sir. This is the word importunity comes to mind.
Con means pressing solicitation. Yes, sir.
Like situation with the oxen goes.
Yeah, you gotta hit them. You gotta prick them.
Yeah.
And that gold is like a stick with a sickle on the front. You gotta poke this joint. You gotta get this ox to move. That's the purpose of that ox gold, is to stick them. You gotta feel it. He's gonna explain how life is and how life is necessary for you when your rate of change is too slow. Read.
Verse 10. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
I don't want to hear what you're telling me. I know what you're telling me is right. I know where I'm wrong at. You've already identified my mistakes and my flaws, my weaknesses, my issues, my addictions, my habits, my thought process, but I don't want to hear it. Read on.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Man, tell me what I do right. Tell me what I'm good at. Tell me what you like about me.
Or make me feel good about my problems.
Yeah. Because that's what we want.
Ease my stress.
You're always talking down. You talking down on me.
Yeah.
Do you even care?
You don't appreciate the good I do.
You don't appreciate the good I do.
It can't be about the problem.
I'm just wicked in there. I'm the worst person on earth.
Yeah.
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 So if this is how you see me, then I guess I'm good for nobody then.
I don't know why we're friends.
I don't know why we're here.
I don't be your friend anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm here then. Read.
It says prophesy deceits.
It said, tell me lies. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear you talk smooth. Tell me you love me. Don't tell me that I'm full of crap. Tell me you love me.
You never say anything good.
You don't talk good to me. You know, this is how our people are. We don't want to hear what's wrong with us. We want to hear our highlights.
Yeah.
Tell me my highlights. Tell me the good that you see in me. I got to feel valuable. You're not making me feel worth anything. You're attacking my worth and my value. Read.
Verse 11. Get you out of the way.
And get out of my way. Listen, the Most High set it up for teachers to be behind you, telling you, walk this way. This is the way. Walk ye in it. When you go to the right, turn to the left. When you go to the left, turn right. I'm keeping you on a path, but the people that's keeping us on a path, we tell those individuals, man, get the hell away from me. Why you calling my phone? I'm not answering. I'm hitting the mute button. I'm going to act like I didn't see the phone ring. Read on.
It says, turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
So we don't want to be reminded that we're out of the way based on where we're walking at in perspective to the Lord. We don't want to hear that we're out of bounds with the Heavenly Father. I don't want to hear that. This is why we pine away. Read on.
It says, wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel.
So the Most High said, well, okay, this is how you want the relationship. This is how you want it? Well, let's play a game then. The Most High got a game called Fear Factor.
That's a real game. That's his game.
The Most High play a game with your life. We're gonna play Fear Factor. We're gonna find out. Watch. Read on.
Because you despise this word
The Most High say, because you despise this word. Read on.
and trust in oppression and perverseness.
Which is your way of doing things. Because you only trust how you do things. Read on.
And stay thereon.
And you won't change. You won't change. You stand on your negative. You won't change. So what's the Most High do? Let's hear the rules of this evil monopoly. Evil chess game that the Most High play with us.
Yeah.
Where instead of like rooks and knights and pawns, it's like caskets, STDs, jail bars, isolation, loneliness, bad debt, homelessness. Them are the chess pieces.
The bag in Monopoly.
Divorce,
Yeah.
child support. These are the chess pieces the Most I play with.
That's not cool. That ain't cool game to play at.
Don't pass go. Read.
Verse 13. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall.
The Most I say, you know what? Then from this is how your life gonna be. Then you're always gonna be walking under a bridge that's ready to fall on your head at any minute.
Whoa. That's crazy. That's crazy.
This is the game you want to play.
You're on thin ice right now.
You're on thin ice, brother. The ice you walk on,
It's cracking.
that ice is cracking. It's not solid, and you're about to fall in any minute.
Man.
But when he said a breach ready to fall, this is a brick wall with a brick sticking out, with the stone sticking out. These are stones sticking out of a wall, meaning they're protruding, and you don't know the time
Or when.
or you don't know when that the Most High decide to just make the wind blow and that brick poke out and just crumble. Your whole life shall be as you're walking under a wall or a bridge that's ready to collapse on you. That's the game you want to play? Well, let's play this game then. Let's play this game called Who Knows?
Who knows? That's a scary game to play.
Tell me when to go. Like E40 say, tell me when to go. Tell me when to destroy you. Let's play the game. Guess who? You know the game Guess Who? Let's play charades. What is it? Give me a clue. Yep. Brother, what can you do? The Most High play a game with you too. He play a game with your life. The game he play with you is you don't know when your fall is coming. You don't know when your destruction is coming because you brought this game on yourself. You want to play by these rules. It wasn't the Most High didn't design it. He'll just play with you then. Read on.
Swelling out in a high wall.
He says the bricks are swelling out of a high wall.
Come on, bro.
What does that mean?
It's gonna hurt, bro.
That means
Why is
that.
already coming out?
What is the speed of gravity of a brick stone falling from a high? What is the impact like?
Instant death. That's to smash your body in.
That's a skull cracker.
It's like that guy that when that lady had pushed that big stone on top of that dude's head, and he wished that his soldiers
Susanna?
killed him.
Yeah, he told the soldiers, kill me because I don't want it to be written in history that a woman killed me, that a woman put me to death.
Oh yeah.
So
King?
yeah, he's talking about it. Talking about when he had his fellow soldier thrust him with the sword because he didn't want the reputation that a woman killed him because a woman threw a brick over the wall and smashed him. That'd be in Samuel or Kings, one of them. But you know what? He didn't want that. He didn't want to go down in history like that. A woman put you to death as you were supposed to be a warrior.
Death by brick.
Death by brick on a high wall. But the Most High said, let's play this game. He said, it'll be like a breach swelling out of a high wall. That's a brick that's ready to fall on your head any minute. Read on.
whose breaking cometh suddenly.
It says, and the breaking of this wall cometh what?
Suddenly.
That means without warning.
Hmm.
That means your rebellion causes the Most High to leave your life in a balance. He'll play a game with your life, but you played the game. You made the rules up. You wanted to be rebellious. You didn't want to follow the path of those that surround you to tell you stay on this track. Anything could go wrong at any minute. I got reports that when I first went to Passover and 99, no, it was 2000, went to New York Passover. First Passover was 99 in San Antonio, but first Passover in New York 2000. And it was a report that a brother the previous year had decided to smoke weed, get in garments in New York, go to the Passover, and light up a blunt.
No.
And on that day, he's in full garments, but he lighted the blunt up. Somebody rolled up on the side of him, looked at him, pulled a gat out, and blew his head off.
Whoa.
But he's in full garments, lighting the blunt up, going to the Passover. I'm finna get low. I'm finna get lit. I'm finna get lit on my way to Passover. Okay? Well, the Most High got you lit now.
You lit.
Now you lit all right. Somebody lit you up while you lighting up. It's not funny, bro.
It's crazy.
It's a brother that know the truth. Go on.
Read the Bible.
Because the Most High said, okay, well, you want to play games. Well, I got a game for you. You don't know when I'm going to smash you. It's uncertain. It's unknown.
That means that wasn't his first time doing that.
Man, you know, that means he was bold, bro.
Yeah.
You got bold in your negative. You finna light up before Passover?
It's crazy.
And thinking that you finna go into Passover observing the Most High, the death of Christ and his crucifixion and his shedding of his blood for the nation, and you gonna take that as a light thing? Snatch his life up. Game of life. You lose, bro. You rolled the wrong dice. You made a bad decision. Read on.
Suddenly, at an instant.
He said, and the destruction, he said, is suddenly at a what?
At an instant.
Man, he said, suddenly at an instant, man, the destruction come. That's why the Most High he'll play that damn teeter-totter game, that seesaw game with you. You don't know when you're going up or down. You don't know when there's going to be some calamity right around the corner. When your calamity comes, it'll come without warning. Because he's been giving you the warning the whole time. We've been rebellious with the Most High's warnings. We don't change fast enough. So the Most High play a game surprise with you. Surprise. Blow out your candle. Your candle get blown out. Read on.
It says, and he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel.
And he's telling you he's going to smash every bit of you. When you smash a potter's vessel, a clay jar breaks in many pieces. It shatters. A clay vase breaks in thousands of pieces. He makes sure that the destruction is certain. Read on.
It says, a potter's vessel that is broken in pieces, he shall not spare.
He said the Most High will not what?
Spare.
Why won't the Most High spare you at this point?
Because there's been multiple and numerous warnings from different avenues, from different angles, and we chose to be rebellious and say, no, I don't want to do that. It wasn't I didn't hear it. We heard it. We knew darn well what the consequence was, and we chose to do our own thing. We chose to do that spark. We chose to say no. We said, you know what, I'm going to do this. And we were bold with it. We had no fear, no respect, no reverence for what the Most High had been telling us, whether it was for days, months, or years.
You've got many warnings. You got many warnings. Hey, these things you have to overcome. These are your weaknesses. These are your challenges. These are your deficiencies. These are your insecurities. These are your problems. These are your errors. Yes, sir. You had your hand up?
Because the Most High is a jealous God. And even when we were alive, He was stinging us and stinging us. That's his love. He's showing us his love for us.
Right. It is. It's the Most High, he loves us because he gave us guides and tutors and shepherds. He didn't leave us having to figure things out on our own. To just kick us off into the world with no instruction would be unfair to us. But the Most High loves us enough where he says, man, I will give them pastors and teachers according to mine heart, which shall feed them with knowledge and understanding. The Most High got it set up for you. It's already set up for you to win. All you got to do is be obedient and listen. If somebody's telling you, hey, this is what's wrong with you, then what is your responsibility? Let me attack this issue. That's my problem, so it's no longer my problem. But that's not how we want it. Read on.
It says, he shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a shred.
He said the Most High destroy you where ain't nothing left. He break you down where there's nothing left. Read on.
It says, bursting of it assured to take fire from the earth, or to take water withal.
He said you can't do nothing with it. You can't even take a piece to be able to pick a coal out of a fire. It ain't even good enough. The broken piece of vase is not even good enough. You can't even get a shard to be able to use to pick ashes out of an ashtray.
It's not big enough.
It's not big enough. It's not useful. It's useful for nothing. Read on.
Or to take water withal out of a pit.
And you can't even use this broken vase for a cup or a bowl. Ain't nothing left. That's how the Most High said, after so many warnings, after so many times he's telling you, hey, do this, do that, and you refuse. You don't want to commend it. You don't want to take regard or notice of it. The Most High just said, okay, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to give you so many chances. Okay, no problem. Go ahead and poke this brick out this wall right on your head. Take that. How you like that? You brought this on your own head. You asked for this. You wanted to play this game? No problem. Play this game then. Read on.
For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest.
Now this is where he says, what he wants from us is what? Our focus should be in what?
Returning.
And returning.
And returning should be your priority. That's where you should put the urgency at. Once it's been laid down by the elders, by the leaders, by the shepherds, by the tutors and the guides, what your issue is, you got to get busy. You got to get busy. Most I ain't going to keep saying the same thing, whatever. He says he's not shall strive for man forever. He said man is but only flesh. He ain't going to always strive with man. He said that in Genesis 6. You don't keep striving with men trying to convince. How long you got to keep convincing you? Read on.
It says, in returning and rest shall ye be saved.
It says you shall be saved in doing what?
In returning.
It says in your return back to following, listening, being obedient is how you will be saved. Which was your salvation to begin with. How fast do you change when you've been warned about what your problems are? It's one thing when you don't know what your problems are. Then you're ignorant. We know the Most High said he winks at ignorance. We understand that. He said he wink at ignorance. But when you're not ignorant anymore, and it's been laid out clearly, brother, you got to adjust. You got to make these adjustments. How much mercy do you think the Most High should give you? Should you be the ministers of sin because Christ died for you, like the scriptures say? Should I become the ministers of sin because I got mercy? No, that mercy runs out because you abuse that mercy at that point. I'm abusing mercy at that point because I don't want to change. Read on.
It says, in quietness and in confidence.
Tell me what verse you on.
We're in verse 15.
Go ahead.
It says, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not.
He said, all I want from you was to return to me. He said that your return, your quietness, meaning you agree with what you're being shown. You're not bucking up to change.
Make a point right here.
God.
And the word returning, another definition of the word returning is to make report. Make report means I'm going to sit here and disclose with transparency and be clear about my thoughts, actions, deeds, and where I'm at in my spirit.
Yep.
So a person's returning is not playing the silence game or the quiet game or the now you see me, now you don't game. They're not playing peekaboo with the Most High. I'm going to sit here and communicate what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I like the point that you're making. I'll aid those that are giving me the instruction. I'll aid them in what their job is, as far as making it easier for them to give me instruction, because I volunteer what my issues are. Read on.
Verse 16. It says, "But ye said no."
Stop. The Most High said, all I want you to do is come back to me quick, and just be in agreement. But we say what?
No.
No.
That's what he said, man. It's really clear, bro. We don't want to. And this is why we pine away. And this is why we decay and slowly dissolve. Because we say no. We don't agree with the things that the Most High telling us that we need to change in. We say no. Go ahead.
For we will flee upon horses.
And say, I'm going to get on my horse. I'm going to go the other way. What's a modern day horse? Your car. Your vehicle. You get in your car. Because car provides what? What does a horse provide? Freedom. It represents liberty. It represents freedom. I'm going to get on whatever gets me freedom and gets me out of the way. That puts me at a distance. I'm going to get on my horse, get on my freedom, get on my plane, bus, train, whatever it is that gives me freedom. My escape, my skateboard. I'm getting out of here. Read on.
Therefore shall ye flee.
And the Most High said, you going? Okay, you going. Read.
And we will ride upon the swift.
And they said, you going to go quick? You going to go quick the other way? You got urgency when it's time to be free.
Yeah.
Now you got urgency to do what you want to do. So obviously you know what urgency is. Read on.
Therefore shall they that pursue you be swift.
It says, and also that wall that's ready to burst, it's don't break faster. Because it's going to follow you. It's like the Great Wall of China. Usually everywhere you go, that wall is right there next to you. Ready to give up. Give up a couple bricks for you. For your dome piece. He said, therefore you're what?
It says, therefore shall they that pursue you be swift.
So he said, therefore, that they that shall pursue you, you can't get away from the Most High when he's urging you to change. When he's urging you to make adjustments, there's no escape from those adjustments. Either you agree and voluntarily admit that, hey, I need to embrace these things that I'm shown, and I need to go ahead and start making every effort possible to make these changes or adjustments, or my life will progressively get more deteriorated faster. Like my life had to. Which I'm happy about. I'm not complaining. It was necessary for my level of rebellion. Hopefully, you don't have to lose a lot and be destroyed a lot in order to recognize that you have to change. Hopefully, you don't have a supreme level of ignorance or stubbornness about you, and you're not as hard-headed as some. Because the destruction then is more extreme. The pain is more extreme. The suffering is more extreme. You dictate your condition. We all dictate our condition. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 7. Let's get that. Next brother.
God, Hebrews 13 and 7. Remember them which have the rule over. Are we ready?
Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 7. Remember them which have the rule over you.
He said, remember them which have the what?
Which have the rule over you.
He said, remember them which have the rule over you. Read on.
Who have spoken unto you the word of the Most High.
Who is the Most High asking that you follow?
The people that have the rule over you. The teachers.
What are they there to teach you? I can't hear you on the camera.
Oh, sloppy. They're there to teach you the will of the Most High, the way of righteousness, to please the Most High the way He wants to be pleased.
What is their job? They're guides, man. They're teachers. They're aids to your salvation. Read.
God, remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of the Most High.
Because the direction that they're giving you is scriptural. They're not just giving you their opinion. Men are giving you scriptures. Sisters hopefully are giving sisters scriptures, not just opinions. Read on.
Whose faith follow.
Because they also have had to follow. They understand also what it means to be obedient. They understand also what it means to be rebellious. And the punishment comes from being such. They know the Most High's mercy. They've tried the Most High's mercy. And they lost. You expect the Most High to be merciful, but we still won't change and keep doing those things that are worthy of punishment? Read on.
Considering the end of their conversation.
What is the end of somebody's conversation? What comes at the end of a conversation? The point. The conclusion. What is the point of what this man is saying? What's the point of what this sister is trying to tell me? What are they getting at? A lot of times when we hear correction, we don't even understand what the hell we're listening to. We just know that somebody's using scriptures and throwing scriptures at me. I don't understand what they're trying to tell me. I don't even understand the scriptures and the verses that they're choosing to convince me to change. I don't get it. That process be stunted. I don't understand the point. 50% of the scriptures, 50% of counsels, people don't process. Probably less than that. I'll say 50% because they at least heard it. But they don't always agree with it. Do they actually meditate on it? Do they write it down? Do they regurgitate it? Do they go over it, over the counsel? Do they record it on their phone? Do they take it home with them and play it over and over like a song? Are we that diligent when it comes to when somebody shows you what's wrong with you? Are you that diligent in keeping up with what they're telling you? Or do you only get maybe half, especially when you got responsibilities? I got one ear listening, but I still, because you know that in most people's mind is, I still got a job to do. I still got to drive. I still got to do this. I still got to get up in the morning. Oh, I still got kids to take care of. I got baths. I got homework. I got clothes. I got laundry. I still got work to do. I got homework. I got school. So people ain't they're not listening with a full ear. They may give you 50% of their ear, maybe 30. And by the end of all that counsel, they may have took home maybe 10%. They didn't get it. Read on.
Verse 8.
Yep.
Yahweh Shai.
No, it says, considering the end of their what?
So they're calling you.
That's verse 17. Jump down to verse 17.
Verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you.
That's why he said, obey them that have the rule. If you understand what they're telling you, if you understand what they're getting at, if you agree with the fact that they're trying to show you your deficiencies so you can make a faster rate of return. I can repent quicker. I can change quicker. Then if I'm in obedience to them that have the rule over me, that they're giving me scriptures. Read on.
God. And submit yourself.
And do what?
And submit yourself.
To submit means to yield or give over your will. And that's the hard part that our people have a struggle with. I still have this independent mind frame that I am in control of me. Yes, you are. But that doesn't guarantee you a good life. All that does is guarantee you sorrow and pining away. It guarantees you decay. That's all it guarantees you. So he says, submit yourselves. That means give over or yield your will. That's what we don't want to do. That'd be the last thing we give. We give up money. We give up time. We give up a few freedoms or amenities. We'll make a couple of sacrifices. But to submit my will,
Not gonna happen. It's a lot. You're asking a lot.
You're asking, you want me to be a slave? To righteousness, yes. But a lot of people, that last thing they want to give up, that the hardest thing to swallow is that will, man. That will is hard to give up. People fight and struggle for that little bit of independence. I got a little bit of independence that I don't want to give over. I don't want to give up. Read on.
God, for they watch for your soul.
It said, but why do they want you to submit your will? Because in order for the counsel to be effective, they need you to be in agreement with the counsel. It's not effective unless you agree and if you follow it. But if you still do half of what they're telling you and half of what you want to do, you're not reaping the full benefit of the counsel. A brother could say, hey brother, listen, leave that sister alone, brother. She need time to develop in the truth. Leave her alone. You would want that brother to be in agreement. That means when a man says, leave that sister alone, what does that mean? What does he mean when he says, brother, leave that woman alone?
So I'm thinking about it.
Don't pursue her. Don't put your attention towards her.
Don't touch her, number one. Don't touch that sister. Leave your lust out of the situation, out of this person's development. If this person is trying to get an understanding of the Bible, let them get the Bible uninterrupted by your lust. Leave your lust out of the equation. Let the Most High develop this individual. Let the Most High work on this person's mind. Why do you have to interject your physical circumstances and involve that and contaminate that with that person's development? But a person that's only agreeing 50% will say, "Con, brother, I'll leave her alone." But yet, I'm steering this person where? To me. Or I've already crossed certain lines with this individual that I can't go back now and I can't return from. I've already stepped over certain boundaries where, according to the Bible, we married. If I'm uncovering this person's nakedness and I'm going in unto this person, according to the Bible, you done already made a wife. You done already made this person, you're bound to this person for the rest of your life. And then you know what a man will say? Well, if that's the case, then I'm ready to deal with that. I'm ready to handle and deal with mine. If that's my mistake, then I'm okay with living with that mistake. You say that. But when this person is not developed and you got a curse on your hands because you have an underdeveloped wife that don't agree with you, that don't follow you, now you want to put her away. Yeah. Now you found something unclean in your eyes with this sister. I don't know.
It's just not going to work.
I don't think this is going to work, bro. Now you quick to want to do away with her. I thought you was okay with living with those decisions. Until you find some uncleanness.
Made a bad decision.
Yeah. No, man won't say that until it's like absolutely confirmed that it was a bad decision.
Yeah. I'm having second thoughts. That would be a conversation.
Yeah. I'm starting to have second thoughts. Man, this thing ain't working out like I thought it was. Why? Because you moved with a 50% will. You said kind with your words, but your actions said something different. Now you done crossed over certain thresholds where now, well, how am I going to fix it? Now you want to follow? Now you want to submit your will. Now you're willing to submit your will and follow. Now that certain things that you've done, that you've contaminated with your hands and your works, have made multiple mistakes. Now you want to come back. Now you're going to follow. Now I suppose you're ready to follow now. When there's problems on your hands, you're ready to give in now.
Maybe I want another one.
Yeah, because this one ain't working.
It's only been 6 months.
Yeah.
You want another wife after 6 months?
We talking about bringing in extra income in the household.
We need things.
I'm trying to prep the house, trying to prep this person to receive an understanding that they're not even ready for. They don't even believe halfway what you're teaching them anyway. We're just using that as an example because these are the things that people do. They don't submit their will all the way. They'll say con all day.
Con.
But do they really give over their will?
No.
Not really. Read on.
God, well, they watch for your soul.
Because they're telling you what to do for spiritual purposes, salvation purposes, spiritual benefits. They're not giving you these scriptures and this advice because it's their pleasure. They're giving you advice based upon the Most High's judgment, His heart, the way He looks at things, how He determines things. Read on.
For they watch for your souls, as they that must give account.
Go ahead.
That they may do it with joy.
And you want to make it easy as possible for the guides and the teachers, tutors, and the shepherds that the Most High put over you to give you scriptures. You want to make it easy as possible for them to instill the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Most High into you. The only way that it's going to make it easy for them to impart that knowledge into you, you have to listen and submit your will. That's the only way it's going to be made easy. Otherwise, the counsels are going to be on repeat. Or the counsels got to be more extreme. There's only one way that what they're giving you, you can absorb wholeheartedly. You got to submit your will. Otherwise, what? Read on.
God, that they may do it with joy and not with grief.
And if they got to do it with grief, if you're going to make the teacher's job harder, is it going to be more beneficial for you or less beneficial for you? Less beneficial. Why? Read on.
For that is unprofitable for you.
Because it doesn't help you to be stubborn. It doesn't help you to be stubborn when the Most High set up individuals to give you solutions to your issues to bring you to salvation, and you're being stubborn to those solutions. It doesn't help you. That rate of change is slow. That's not going to benefit you. That's actually going to help you pine away. You're going to start dissolving amongst your decisions. You're going to ruin what the Most High got set up for you as a blessing. You're going to ruin the blessing the Most High got established. It comes down to agreement, submission, obedience. These are words that we don't really
want to hear.
We don't want to hear these words. We got our decisions. We walk by the light of our own fire. We do what we want to do. We only listen to us. And we get on a horse and go the other way. We want liberty and freedom. And expect things to work. It don't work that way. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Let that go. And let's go to Ecclesiasticus. No, let's go to Proverbs 11 and 14. Proverbs chapter 11 verse 14. Let's read that. And then also, let's go to Ecclesiasticus 32, 19 and 20.
Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 14. Where no counsel is.
He said where no counsel is. If you don't have counselors, if you don't have tutors, if you don't have shepherds, where no counsel is, read on.
The people fall.
He said what will happen to you when you don't want to agree or submit your will to counselors?
The people fall.
You want to be free from counselors. Or you tell the Most High's counselors no. The people going what? What is set up for us if we don't follow? Failure is already predestined. Failure is already predestined for being disobedient. That's already the reward for disobedience. That's already the reward for liberty and freedom. Independence. Failure is set up for us. He said where no counsel is, the people what?
The people fall.
When you want to walk by the light of your own fire, you're going to what?
Fall.
You're going to fall, man. The Most High got this set up for you to win. The Most High set it up for you to win. Life is supposed to be made up of victories, overcoming obstacles, having a testimony to offer somebody to say, hey, set your affection on the Most High. He won't leave you hanging. Put your trust in the Most High. He will establish your thoughts. Be obedient to his commands, and he'll set you up in life. He'll give you the victory. Read on.
But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
Damn. Guess what I got? Guess what the Most High provide me?
A multitude of counselors. There is safety.
There's safety. The Most High got people around me to keep me in good standing, to make sure I don't fall. That's why I should make it their job easy. I should be once a brother show me, elder sister, elder man show me, hey, this is what your issue is. You got to change this about you. What do you do with it? From that point that you're told, you got to make this adjustment. From that point, what do you do? At that moment, what do you do? Do you really? Or do we cast it over our shoulder? Do we say, man, hey, give me some time? Oh, the Most High ain't with giving you time. He already given you time. I need more time. Okay, we'll find out. Read on.
It says, he that is surety.
No. Give me Ecclesiastes. I'm sorry, 32, 19 and 20.
Ecclesiastes chapter 32, verse 19.
Yep.
Do nothing without advice.
He said, do nothing without what?
Advice.
Read on.
And when thou hast once done, repent not.
Once you got advice, the Most High is expecting you to do what? Once you got that advice, once that brother delivered, that sister told you, hey, you need to make these changes. Once you've been told, hey, brother, this is what's wrong with you. This is why your life is the way it is. Once you got that counsel, the Bible says what?
Repent not.
What does that mean? Don't change the advice. Don't alter the advice. Don't try to redirect the advice.
Don't rest the judgment.
Exactly. Read on.
Come, go not in the way wherein thou mayest fall.
It says, because when you reject the advice that's given to you, now you're going into a direction that you're going to what? Now you're setting yourself up for what? Is it not clear? Is it not easy to understand? Is it hard to understand? The minute you deny and reject and deflect counsel to do what you want to do, you're putting yourself back on the path of failure. The minute you do that, your determined destiny is already set up for failure. But who put themselves on that path again? You did. You put yourself right back on the no growth path, no happiness path, depression path, isolation path, destruction path. Read on.
And stumble not among the stones.
And you stumbling amongst what?
Stones.
Because the Most High will send them stones. The Most High will stone you. We just read, like in Isaiah, he said, like a breach ready to fall. He said, poking out of a high wall, ready to hit you. Most High ready to drop a stone on your head, or to put a stone in your path where you fall. Either way, the stone's gonna get you. The rolling stones.
Yeah.
Not the band. He got it set up, man. It's already set up for you to fail the minute you get off course, or you refuse to get on course.
That's a better way to say it.
That's a better way to say it. Now back to Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7. We already read it once.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7.
And give me the definition of proactive. Yeah. Read that.
By faith, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear.
It said, even though the rain and the storm and the floods didn't come, he took heed to the warning and he moved with what?
With fear.
Urgency.
Urgency.
Urgency, brother. Another word for fear is urgency. Read on.
Prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
And he says he got busy. He got busy. Once he got the warning, he got busy. He took action. Give me the definition of proactive.
Proactive. Definition. Creating or controlling a situation by causing something to happen rather than responding to it after it has happened.
It said, but what do?
Respond after it has happened. At that rock fall, that stone fall.
After the trouble comes, then we're trying to make changes. After the fact. We always want to change after the destruction. It's always late. It's last minute. What else you got?
It says,
What you got for proactive?
Proactive. It says, intending or intended to produce a good result or avoid a problem, rather than waiting until there is a problem.
Rather than what?
Rather than waiting until there is a problem.
Did Noah wait until the rain was already starting to flood before he said, let me get this ark together? Oh!
It came through.
I'm going to Lowe's.
What's all this water? Lowe's.
Everybody's going to Lowe's.
Lumber, all the lumber sold out.
Yeah.
All the plywood is gone. All they don't say, what you gonna blow some water bottles up? You make a water bottle float. try to float on some water jugs. Fly 5-gallon water jugs. Make you a raft.
40 days like this.
40 days on a raft. Don't you know that when the Most High, he said when he caused them rain to come, he opened up the underground spring.
Now, can I ask this question?
God.
Am I going to talk all crazy? Like, listen, you got rain coming from above.
Right.
We get that. And everybody can say, oh, you can see it coming. Nobody saw those underground springs, that water coming. This water is rising fast. Remember Katrina? People were talking about how fast the water came in. 1 minute you're watching TV, that's meant that windows, it's green water pouring in your house.
You know, God told me that within, he said the water came in through his door, and he heard the refrigerator fall over during Katrina, and that's what woke him up. The fridge fell over.
That's too late, bro.
And he said by the time he came downstairs and saw the fridge fall over, and he went back upstairs to grab some items to get out, the bottom floor was already full. The stairs were already full. He couldn't even go down the stairs no more. He said he had to get a hammer, go into the attic, and break a hole in his roof to get out. That's how fast the water came.
It's like a movie, bro.
It's a
Water's
movie.
constantly filling up. You're like, bro, I better get out of here.
Yeah, by the time you
drown.
the water was already in the house, knocked the furniture over, knocked the refrigerator over. That's what woke him up. He was asleep. By the time he go upstairs, come back down to get out, the stairs already full. He couldn't go down the stairs. That's how fast that water was coming in. Now imagine when that levee broke. That was a Lake Pontchartrain levee that broke. Imagine when the underground springs, the Most High got lakes underwater. They just found a water that exists within the Earth's crust. They say that's deeper than the Earth's ocean. There's an ocean within an underground ocean
Under the ocean.
under the ocean that's deeper than the ocean.
Yeah.
That's bigger than the ocean. Those are those underground streams that the Most High let loose during the time of Noah. That's water you haven't seen yet, coming from both directions. By that time, if you're not proactive, that means you take action, not waiting around for something to happen. Get that definition again? The definition I got is, you make things happen instead of waiting for them to happen to you.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Is that what you got?
I read a different one. But that's the same thing. I'll read it again. It says, intending or intended to produce a good result or avoid a problem, rather than waiting until there is a problem.
What do? How do we deal with counsel?
Wait till there's a major situation.
It's Cambridge.
That's the Cambridge Dictionary definition. What you got on the definition? Karai, you had one that was different.
Yeah, I got a definition right here. It says, creating or controlling a situation by causing something to happen rather than responding to it after it has happened.
So either once you've been shown, hey brother, you got to make these changes. Sister, you got these issues. You have a decision to make. You could be proactive, which is to let me go ahead and put some action towards these changes, or I could be inactive and say, you know what, I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
You got one more. The Merriam-Webster. It says acting in anticipation of future problems, needs, or changes.
That's a good one.
Oh my goodness, bro.
You say it again, bro?
Acting in anticipation of future problems, needs, or changes. And this is what Paul said before a year ago.
Before the year ago. That's the only way to be in the spirit.
Come on, bro.
You got to be a year ahead. If you're not a year ahead, then you're behind. Man, I don't know. I can't even refute that definition. I commend that definition.
In anticipation.
I commend that definition. I take notice of that. That's a powerful definition, brother. That's a great one.
So we cannot forget.
Yeah, you got to commend that. That's a heck of a definition. Read. Hold up. We're in Hebrews 11:7. Stop. I want to go to John real quick and go to John chapter 5. Read Karai, read John chapter 5, 1 through 6 real quick. And I want you, Ahmad, to get Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 11, verse 1 and 2.
Come on, you want him to read first?
Yes, he can read that first.
John chapter 5 and verse 1. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Yahushua went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethsaida, having 5 porches.
Go ahead.
In these lay a great
and that Bethsaida means house of mercy.
God.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk,
Impotent folk.
kind of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water.
And all these people had issues. These are people that are laden and full of issues. These people are blind. They have handicaps, a variety of types of handicaps. Just like we all have a variety of types of handicaps. All of us do. All of us have a handicap. There's no person in here. The Most High said the whole need not a physician, but who? The sick. If we were whole, we would not be here. The Most High have a collection of sick people here. And getting this truth. That's who he gives the truth to. You know why? So that you can't glory.
True.
So you can't glory about your wisdom and boast about your wisdom.
Look at me.
Look at me. Everybody in here got problems. Shortcomings. Issues. Faults. Insecurities. Weaknesses. Read on.
Verse 4. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had.
The way the Most High set up this healing was first come, first serve. That's how the Most High set this healing up. Do you think it's written this way for no reason at all? Do you not think that it's written this way so that you understand that the person that got the healing is the person that first made the first attempt to get in the pool? The moment he saw the opportunity, he seized the opportunity. Do you not see that the one that got the healing was the one that was most urgent? Is it written this way for a reason?
That's wild. Wow.
It's those that got the healing was the first that anticipated the event and took action upon the event. These are the ones that were proactive. Here's my chance. I see that the water stirred up. Obviously, this is the time. Forget what everybody else doing. If they moving slow, they don't want that healing.
Ain't that serious?
It ain't that serious.
Ain't that serious?
You want to be blind.
Yep.
If you blind, you better be listening for that water to be shuffling.
But it's hard.
You better be listening for ripples.
Yeah.
Splash. I heard a splash. I'm gonna fall in because I heard a splash. Because there's your chance. The Most High set it up. First come, first serve. So when you want healing, how fast do you move to get that healing? How fast do you move to recover from the things that you've been shown as impotent about you, weak about you, lame about you, sick about you? Some people move fast and some people move slow. Read.
Right. It says, and a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years.
That means that for however long this pool had been splashing with this angel and healing, the opportunity for healing was there, this man had been near that same pool, same opportunity for 38 years. He had the same opportunity for 38 years, and you ain't know by now after 38 years that this the time? That means for 38 years, you watch other people jump in and get healed, and you stuck in your situation. You think that you would have it memorized by now. You would think that you already know, like, if I'm there 38 years, my feet is already down there in the water. I already got my hand like halfway, like, I'm just waiting. As soon as I see the splash, boom, I'm jumping in. I'm getting in. You would think that somebody has that type of preparation set aside, that level of urgency, who's been witnessing other people get healed for 38 years.
I've watched other people be successful with this healing.
I've watched other people take this healing and this opportunity and get healed and move on from their infirmity. But I've been in my infirmity. I've been in my sickness. I've been in my situation unchanging for a long time. My situation hasn't changed. My circumstance still sucks. I'm still crippled. I'm still handicapped.
My handicap is different.
Mine's is different. So after Christ, obviously knowing that that man has been in that situation for 38 years. For those that are 21, there's hope. For those that are 18, pay attention. Because your life could easily double. And you could double your life and still be in the same situation.
Yeah.
For those that's 38, you should really be paying attention, or greater. That if you've been a certain way for a certain amount of time, that's on you. It's not like the Most High don't provide the opportunity for the healing. You move slow. You're not proactive. You wait. You don't take action on change. You wait for things to happen, and then you decide to change.
Guess it's time to change.
Now it's time to change. Read on. Read on. Yeah, I'm not ready yet. Read on.
Verse 6. When Yahushua saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him.
And that's why Christ got to ask this question. You've been there for 38 years. Man. We need to talk.
We gotta talk.
We got to talk about something, man. You've been there for 38 years, bro. It's not like you ain't seen what's going on here. You know what this is about. You know this is about an opportunity, and you taking the opportunity. It's not like you haven't witnessed other people go in crooked, handicapped, and come out whole. We need to have a talk. Why is Christ beaming in on this individual? Obviously, they've been in this situation, this mindset for a long time. They're stuck in a mind frame. Yes, sir.
There's no urgency.
There's no urgency, but that's why he's beaming in on this individual. There's no urgency. Read on.
It says, "Will thou be made whole?"
That's why Christ got to ask the same question the Most High got to ask. Why will you die, O house of Israel? Why will you pine away in your sins? The Most High asked that question. Christ asked a somewhat similar question. Will you be made whole?
You want to be whole?
Do you want to be whole? Is being made whole important to you? Or you don't care? Do you like your condition? It's on you. Christ is not saying, he's asking a question because it is in the power of the person who needs the healing. It is in their power. Hold this. Why is this? We got to examine this for a second. We're going to come back to it. Go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 11, verse 1 and 2. Ecclesiastes in the Bible. We're going to examine the spirit that Christ is dealing with.
And Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 1.
It's worthy of notice or regard. It's commendable. This question is commendable. Read that.
Ecclesiastes 11 and 1. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days.
That means, you know what? That means make the effort. Although you may not know the benefit of your effort. But he's still saying you got to make what? He said you may not see the benefit of your effort. He said, but you'll reap the benefit of your effort after what? After many days. Meaning, do you wait many days and then cast your bread on the water? Or do you cast your bread on the water first and then wait many days? Which one is first? The effort is first. The action is first. Then you make the action first. And then you see the change and the benefit of the change after many days. The action precedes the change or the benefit of the change. You don't wait for the change to come and then you cast your bread on the water. The action is first. Then you see the benefits later. You got to take action first. Read on.
Verse 2. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8.
What does that mean? That means keep extending yourself. Keep giving. Keep doing work. Keep doing action. He said because as you're giving, although you don't know the return or the benefit of it, you still do it because you believe it's going to benefit you later. So I'm giving the 7. I'm giving the 8. Read on.
For thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth.
Because you don't know the actions that you take now or how it's going to benefit you later. No different than Noah's ark. Who knew that Noah, through his urgency of building that ark, was gonna be right on time for his family to be saved when them rains came?
After 100 years, though.
After 100 years of building that ark. You don't know when it was coming. He just said, build it, it's going to come. The Most High didn't tell him when. He didn't give him a date on this date. You know what happens if the Most High give us a date? We'll do everything that we want to do leading up until that date.
Last 3 months, time.
And then we'll take change serious. That's why the Most High said that Christ is going to come like a thief in the night. You know what that means? That means you're not gonna get a forewarning when Christ comes, because you'll live your life.
Yep, then change.
And then if you knew Christ was coming on January 1, 2000, then you're gonna be like Prince. Tonight we're gonna party like it's 1999.
Yeah.
You're gonna party it up all through 99 until New Year's Eve, and then I'ma change. That's why then I'm gonna get my life together. That's why the Most High set it up where you don't get a warning. That's why Christ got to come like a thief in the night, because the benefit is going to be to those that were proactive when it came to change. They didn't wait around for something to happen first and then say, I'm going to change. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth.
Yeah, you don't know when what the change and the action is how it's gonna benefit you later, but you got to take action first. So why don't men take action? We just read a minute ago in Matthew and John where the man been laying down near the pool for 38 years. What's up with this man? Let's find out. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth.
He said if the clouds be full of rain, they do what?
They empty themselves upon the earth.
He said when the way the Most High got things set up, he says once the clouds receive a certain amount of precipitation and humidity, they drop. Boom. They stay. It's consistency. They fill up with moisture, participation, and then they drop. Boom. He said, but men are different. What's different about men that's different from how the Most High got things in operation? How he got natural things in operation versus how he got how men do things. Read on. Give me Mark 8 and 24. Read.
Middle of verse 3. And if the tree fall toward the south.
They said, but the men is like this. A man will fall to the south. A man will fall a certain direction. Read on.
Or toward the north.
Or a man will fall toward the north. Wherever a man fall at, though, read on.
In the place where the tree falleth, there it shall be.
So, but are we talking about trees? Or are we talking about men? Read that, Mark.
Mark chapter 8, verse 24. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking.
So when we talking about trees falling to the south and trees falling to the north, are we talking about plants and herbivores and not herbivores, but vegetation? Arborists? We're talking about men falling. He said when a man fall to the south or men fall to the north, he said there what?
There it shall be.
There he shall be. That man is stuck. You know
what happens to trees when they sit there and they're stuck in that position?
Oh.
We see a tree fall on the ground and it stays there. What happens to it?
It dies. It withers.
It habits termites.
Termites. It decays. Right? It gets overgrown. It starts dissolving, turning back to carbon.
Yeah.
It becomes a squirrel nest, an owl's nest, a bird's nest, a dugout for some creature. But he said men do this. Men fall and there they what?
There it shall be.
And that's where men stay where they fall at.
That makes sense.
But he's going to explain why do men fall and they stay stuck? Why do people stay stuck in a certain situation, in a certain failed mentality? Why? Why do people why they're not growing? He gave a mentality of growth, which is to take action. Cast your bread upon the waters, and after many days you'll find it. Put the action first, then you reap the benefits later. But men will fall and they stay stuck. They don't grow. Why is that? Read verse 4.
Verse 4. He that observeth the wind shall not sow.
So why do men and women stay stuck? It says, he that observeth the wind shall not what?
Shall not sow.
Sow means to cast seeds. If I'm saying, man, it's too windy, if I throw these seeds out, I only got a certain amount of seeds. If I throw these seeds out, the wind is going to take them and blow them away. Meaning what?
They're not going to produce.
I did this in vain. You had your hand up. You did it for nothing. If they focus on how planting or making production or growth, if they look at growth being too difficult, they say if I observe the wind, man, it's about 25 miles an hour winds outside right now. I'm not going to throw these $10 seeds out here. Then what am I going to do? I'm not going to throw them. But why do men fall and stay stuck? Because they do what? Let's read on. We're going to make it more clear. Read.
Verse 4. He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap.
Man, I don't want to go out there and reap that harvest, man. It's thunders. I might get struck by lightning.
I get sick.
Man, it's storming outside, man. It's hurricane winds outside. I'm not about to go outside and put myself in jeopardy and put myself in harm's way to get them crops. Them crops are already grown. They've already yielded fruit. But I don't want to go get it because I'm looking at the rain clouds. I'm looking at the danger. What am I doing? Proverbs 26:13.
Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 13. The slothful man saith, there is a line in the way.
He said, the slothful man say what?
There is a line in the way.
What is he doing?
Making excuses.
He said, why don't people grow? Why do people fall and they stay stuck? And there they lie. Because they too busy doing what? Making excuses on why it's too difficult to change. They look at change as being too difficult. I got to deal with the winds blowing. That means all this effort that I'm going to put in to making this change and nothing's going to become of it. The conditions aren't favorable for change. Yeah. It's a waste of time. I'm going to go out here and reap these crops, but the storm's here. I'm going to get wet. I could get struck by lightning. It's too much danger.
It's going to wash all my seeds away.
Right. Or how I'm going to collect all of them in a storm. It's a waste. But a slothful man say what?
It says, the slothful man saith, there's a line in the way. A line is in the streets.
It said a line is in the what?
In the street.
Oh, man, what is he doing? Well, we always make damn excuses. That's what people do. This is why people could have an infirmity for 38 years and not do nothing about it. That's why I could be 38 years old and not make no change. But I got a whole bunch of what? Excuses. Yes, sir.
I was going to say the last picture that you had about the wind.
Conditions.
It was the not taking it seriously and also making an excuse on why I should proceed in my duties and responsibility.
Because growth is uncomfortable. And we'll find any excuse why not to grow. And this is why we stay stuck. It's dangerous, uncertain. I don't want to waste my time. It's too risky. All these are just excuses. That's all they are. So when we examine John and why Christ beamed in on that man that's been sitting there for 38 years in a mindset that was unproductive, that couldn't get no healing, that wasn't about change, where was this person's mind at? Let's find out. Let's go back to John chapter 5.
John chapter 5, and verse 1.
When Christ asked him, will thou be made whole? Let's find out. Let's say if he stayed true to what we just read in Proverbs. Let's see if he stays true to what we just read in Ecclesiastes. Why people fall and they stay fallen in a fallen state with no growth.
John chapter 5, verse 6. When Yahweh saw him lie, and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he saith unto him, will thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man.
Yeah, what's the first thing out of his mouth? Is an excuse. Just like we read in Proverbs. Just like what we read in Ecclesiastes. People make excuses why they can't change. And they'll make an elaborate excuse. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to do this for nothing. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I never made friends before. I never opened myself up to counselors before. I've never been honest to anybody before. Every time I trust people, they leave me. It's always fear. It's always an excuse. I don't have, I've been damaged. I've been scarred. So it's hard for me to trust. I don't want to open myself up. I don't want to let nobody see me, the real me. Oh, it's bull. It's a bunch of bull, man. That's why when people fall to the south or they fall to the north, there they lie. Because they got excuses. They make a bunch of junk up to say why they can't move forward and grow. Opportunity be there. The Most High always give an opportunity. What you do with it is you. It's up to you. We make up a bunch of junk. We already got pre-programmed junk in our head when it comes to being pushed forward. We got pre-programmed junk. We got excuses on deck. We got a billfold and a library of excuses already pre-programmed. I don't work well around brothers. I work better by myself. I don't really trust women like that. I didn't have a relationship with my mother. I don't really trust women like that. All the women I've ever known have been scandalous. What's going to be the difference with these sisters? They're going to be scandalous. Everybody always try to take my man. Or every camp I've been in, they try to take my woman. I don't trust camps. I don't trust nobody. All these are what? Although it may be invalid, but it's still a what? Still an excuse. Do you think that Christ believes that this man's excuse is valid, who's been in a situation for 38 years and who had 38 opportunities to be healed, but he got a bunch of junk already written in his mind that says why he can't move or why he can't be healed when the opportunity's been in front of him the whole time? Read.
Verse 7. The impotent man answered him and said, Sir, I have no man.
I don't got no what?
No help.
I don't got no help. I got no help. That's been his excuse for 38 years. Damn, brother, how long you been holding on to that one? You've been holding on to that one for a minute. That's your go-to excuse? Is that really your go-to excuse?
That's the defense. Defense. National's gonna come out of my mouth.
Damn.
Yeah.
You've been holding on to that one. That's been the go-to excuse for 38 years? You don't got no help? You're not the only impotent one here. These other people ain't got no help either. They're impotent too. Why can't you get up? Yes, sir. It was a bunch of them. They said it had 5 porches, bro. That means there was 5 porches full of impotent folk. You got 5 porches full. But you got reasons. You got your reasons why you can't change. And you know what the Most High look at it? There you fall and there you lie. You're going to lay down just like this man in that situation for 38 years. Your condition is not going to change as long as you keep making excuses. Read.
It says, the impotent man answered and said, Sir, I have no man. When the water is troubled, to put me into the pool, But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me.
Now he's showing what? Nobody helped me. He's looking for help. He don't want to do it himself. People don't want to change. They want some people they want change to happen for them. Yeah, I want somebody to do it for me. No,
I want somebody to fight my battles.
Yeah.
for me.
That's why you're arguing with the council.
Right, because you really want somebody to do it for you. Nobody's gonna heal you but you. The healing is for you. It's not you waiting on somebody else to do what you're supposed to be doing, and you wonder why your condition is decaying. It's not growing. Trust me, the growth is not your situation. Not growing. If you're not making changes, you're not growing. It's not getting any better. You're just wading in water. You're treading water. You're slowly decaying. Your situation. If you're not growing and changing, you're not getting any better. It's not going to get better. So what he's showing you is, why is this? Now in Hosea 4:6, he said, "My people are destroyed for what?"
Lack of knowledge.
Well, we're going to examine that too. Go back to Ecclesiastes and the Apocrypha. We're going to pick up though in verse 7. Verse 5. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse. We read verse 4. Now we're going to read verse 5.
In the Bible, chapter 11, verse 5.
Because we got to examine what the Most High said, "My people are destroyed for what?"
Lack of knowledge.
For lack of knowledge. What does he mean by that? Let's find out. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 5. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit.
He said, you don't understand the what?
Way of the Spirit.
When the Most High said, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge," that means they don't know how the Spirit works. That's what that means. You don't know the way of the Spirit. You don't know how to tap into the Spirit of the Most High. You don't understand the spirit of things. You have your pre-programmed excuses already lined up. But that ain't the Spirit.
I say it's the Spirit.
I think it's the Spirit. I think my excuses are the Spirit. It's not the Spirit.
Spirit showing.
What? Our people will say that all day.
Yeah.
The Spirit showed me something. Oh, the Spirit showed you that you can't grow. The Spirit showed you to make excuses. When he says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge," the knowledge that they lack in particular is the operations of the Spirit. They don't know how the Spirit of the Most High works. We're gonna explain this. If it's not clear enough yet, we're gonna explain it. Go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7, verse 24. Hold where you at, Ahmad.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse 24.
Hold that. Let me punch it in real quick. Give me continue where you read now before we read this Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah. Continue where you read now. We're still in verse 6.
Ecclesiastes 11 and 5.
11 and 5.
Ecclesiastes in the Bible 11 and 5. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit.
Now, how does the Spirit work? Let's find out how the Spirit works. How does the Spirit work? I might read on.
Nor how the bones do grow in the womb.
Now, can you see the baby's bones growing in a woman's stomach?
I can't see it.
But because you can't see it, does that mean that the bones aren't growing? He's showing you the way of the Spirit that people don't understand. You don't always see what the Most High is doing because you don't see it with your eyes. That doesn't mean that the Spirit of the Most High is not moving because you don't see it for yourself. This is the error of how people look at change. I can't see the benefit of change. Only the Most High knows the benefit of change. But because I can't see it with my eyes, then I don't see the benefits. Because you don't see it with your eyes. Well, that's the way the Spirit works. You just got to believe that you got to make the change. And then you see the benefits of change. You can't see a baby growing. You don't see the brain growing. You don't see the heart growing. You don't even know the heartbeat is going. You don't see the bones stretching out. You don't see the tailbone turn into legs. Look like a tadpole with a big head. From that little tadpole to a big head turns into legs and the arms unfold. I get a little sonogram to give me a glimpse of what's going on. But you don't see it. But because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. That's how he said the Spirit is. You have to believe that the Most High is working with you. That's how you got to embrace change. You got to believe that if I do these things, the Most High will bless me for it later. That's how the Spirit works. He said, you don't see the bones where?
Nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child.
Yeah, you don't see that, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen or the benefit isn't there because you don't see it with your eyes. Too many people look at serving the Most High as it has to make sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, this is your error. That's the error of not knowing the Spirit.
Huh.
You got to believe. That's why it says, by faith, Noah, who was warned of the Most High as things not seen as yet, built an ark to the saving of his household. Because he did it in what? Faith. He made the changes in faith. He didn't have to see the rain come first. Do you got to see the baby come out to say, man, I got a baby. I got to get busy. I got to go to the job.
You save some money.
I got to save some money. I got to get a crib. If you wait that long, it's too late. That baby sleeping next to you on your bed. That baby ain't got no clothes but donations. Because there was no preparation. It says Noah prepared an ark. You know why he made preparation? Because he believed what the Most High told him that he got to make these changes. That's how the Spirit is. You got to believe in what the issues that people tell you that you possess. That's how the Spirit works. You got to be proactive. But our people do what? Our people wait till the last damn minute. Oh, I got a baby. Oh, you got a baby. You didn't know?
This is serious.
This is real now. Oh, you got another mouth to feed. Now you want to take it serious? I got to get my life together. You know how many people do? I got to get my life together. Now, the baby is going to make you get your life together. If the baby is going to make you get your life together, you'll have 3 of them before you actually take it serious. Maybe 4. Then the babies will make you say, man, I got to take this serious. Because you make no preparation. You make no preparation. You take no action in taking things serious. Because you don't believe it's that serious. Well, that's how the Spirit is. The way the Most High got the Spirit set up is that once you're told that you got this problem, you better believe that that's your problem. And once you believe that that's your problem, you better take action on that problem and start making changes.
ASAP.
Better start making preparations. I got to make these adjustments. Because simply because you don't see it with your eyes don't mean that destruction is not coming. Or because you don't see with your eyes the benefit of doing something don't mean the Most High doesn't have the benefits ready for those that actually embrace change. Ignorance is a cause of our people's downfall. Because we don't understand how the Most High operates. We don't understand the Spirit. What's going on in that womb? Now read Wisdom of Solomon 7:24.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse 24. For wisdom is more moving.
It says wisdom is more moving than what?
Than any motion.
It says wisdom is always moving. Wisdom moves at a fast pace, at a fast rate. Wisdom moves with urgency. Who doesn't move with urgency? We don't.
It don't. That's the funny part.
The person that's stuck in a lame condition, move with no urgency. They got a bunch of excuses, but they don't move at the speed of wisdom. What you got?
It's just a synonym for ignorant, because ignorant almost sounds like a victim concept. I was ignorant. But the word ignorant also means untutored. The word untutored means not formally taught or trained. But why? In the beginning of class, once you're going into, I'm getting information and I'm deciding if I should take it serious or not.
Yep.
So if not, I'm in a state of ignorance or a state of not being taught, not because I'm a victim, I wasn't taught, I wasn't shown. It's because I didn't make it easy for the developers to develop me. So I could not be in a state of being untaught or be in a state of being ignorant or be untutored. Because a person that's trained can move at the speed of what? Speed of wisdom.
Yep. They understand that, hey man, change is urgent. Wisdom is urgent. They said wisdom is more moving than what?
Any emotion.
Than any motion.
So that wisdom moves faster than anything. So that means my changes should be fast, equally as fast with wisdom, to keep up with wisdom. Our people don't know the spirit. They said for wisdom, and how you know he's talking about the spirit? Read verse 7.
All right. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse 7. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me. I called upon the Most High.
He said, I called upon the Most High. Go ahead.
And the spirit of wisdom.
He said, wisdom is a what?
Spirit.
He said, wisdom is a spirit. So when he says in Ecclesiastes, we don't know the way of the spirit, what is he talking about?
Wisdom.
You don't know wisdom. You don't know how fast wisdom moves. You got too many people that are see it to believe it. That's why I said the Jews require what? A sign. Because we got to see something before we believe. That's the downside of our ignorance. You waiting on something to see it. You don't have to see a baby grow to know that the baby's growing. You don't got it. The baby's in there.
Just have trust that.
You got to know the Most High got cell reproduction going on while you're asleep at night. Cell reproduction is happening. 2 turn to 4, 4 turn to 8, 8 turn to 16, 32, so on and so forth. And then from that one single cell, that thing is based on the chromosomes, growing arms, legs, different color hair, different color eyes, lips, nose. All this is growing but without your visual sight. That's how the spirit is. You have to trust and you got to believe what you're being told and shown. And stop making excuses to why you're in the same condition, same circumstance, and nothing's changed in your life. Because you don't know the spirit. He said, wisdom is a spirit. Now go back to 24.
Verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of a pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And a pure influence.
It's a pure influence. Wisdom's supposed to be influencing you. Not your own excuses.
Right.
We're too busy being influenced by our own excuses. When what's supposed to be your influence? Wisdom. This is why you don't change. This is why people don't grow. This is why I say when that tree falls to the south or that tree falls to the north, there it lies. It ain't going nowhere.
It's right there.
It's right there. It's going to be in the same place.
You can come back next year. It's going to be right.
You're going to come back next year. It's going to be in the same place. That tree ain't moving. That tree fell and it's going to be right there. If it fell on another tree, it's going to be leaning on another tree. It's just going to fall right there. It ain't moving. Because people are the same way. People are those trees that don't move. Because they're not influenced by wisdom. They're influenced by excuses. He said, it goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. Read on.
For she is the breath of the power of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
So he said this is a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
So it's directly from the Most High.
It's directly from the Most High. So when the Most High is giving teachers, when he says, I have given you pastors and teachers according to my heart, that will feed you with what? Knowledge and understanding. So the Most High set it up for you to get the wisdom from the Most High by way of the teachers and tutors that he set up for you. It's your job to embrace the wisdom. It's your job to receive the wisdom that's being given to you. Otherwise, if not, you'll stay stuck in a condition based on your excuses. And there will be no growth. There will be no growth. Because it's based upon how much do you submit your will, how much do you agree with what you're being told or shown. Go to Ephesians chapter 1 and read verse 7.
So my question for you is this. Is it because the excuses or whatever the resistance, a lot of time comes from pride. Is it pride versus wisdom?
I would say it's ignorance versus wisdom. It's pride also. Pride is available also. But he said, my people are destroyed for lack of what?
Knowledge.
Knowledge, man. But when you read, he says they lack knowledge. But then he says also because thou hast rejected knowledge. Why would I reject knowledge? Then it's the pride.
Okay.
So it's a combination of both. It's a combination of ignorance and pride. He says, therefore I shall reject thee, and thou shalt be no priest unto me. Meaning you will not do service for me. You will not work for me. Because you hinder the spirit of things. When the spirit is flowing, you abruptly stop and dam up and put a blockade on the wisdom. Because if it doesn't make sense to you, wisdom won't flow through you and get to the next person. So wisdom is a pure influence flowing through everything. Why the hell would I quench the spirit? How do I quench the spirit? By my pride and my opinion. So therefore wisdom stops at me and doesn't benefit me. But wisdom won't stop at me. Just like water, when it hit a rock, it goes around or it goes over it. It just keeps flowing. You're just going to be that rock, no problem. Wisdom going to flow right over you, hit the next person. Just like the man at the pool. The water is stirred up, the opportunity is there, and guess what? The healing is being provided to other people who first come and first serve, who take action, who's proactive. That opportunity flow, it steps right over him. He said, other men step over me and they get in the pool. Well, that's how wisdom flow. It goes right over you.
Like that rock.
Like that rock. You don't see it, you don't embrace it, no problem. The wisdom will go around you. Wisdom flows, man, but wisdom ain't stopping. He said it's more moving than any motion. He said wisdom is like the wind. It listed where it goes. It come and go. You can't see where it come and go, but it's moving. It's there. So although you may not see the wisdom, no problem. It will go around you. And it will reach the person next to you, beside you, behind you, or underneath you, in the future, in front of you. It's going to hit somebody. Somebody's going to get the wisdom. But it never gets to those that already got a pre-programmed excuse. They never get it. They block it with their excuses. That's why he said they don't know how the spirit works. Read on in that Ecclesiastes.
Are we going to Ephesians?
Yeah, go to Ephesians. I'm sorry, chapter 1, verse 17.
Ephesians chapter 1, verse 7.
17.
17. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 17. That the Most High of the power of our Lord Yahushua, the Father of glory, may give.
It says that the Most High, it says that the power of our Lord Yahushua, that the Father of glory do what?
The Father of glory may give unto you the spirit of wisdom.
It's showing you once again that wisdom is a what? Spirit. Wisdom is a spirit, man. A lot of us don't know how the spirit of wisdom flows, how it operates. Although you may quench the spirit by your excuses, that doesn't stop the flow of wisdom. Wisdom will benefit the person around you. If you don't get it, no problem. Somebody's gonna get that wisdom. We're reading in John chapter 5, somebody's getting that healing because somebody's not making excuses. This man is stuck because he's too busy holding on to one excuse. I don't got no help. I can't do this by myself. Nobody's there to put me in the pool. You want somebody to heal you? You got to heal yourself. What action are you going to take to heal yourself? If not, no problem. Somebody else going to step in that pool and move right over you and get that wisdom. Get that healing. That's how it's set up. Wisdom is a spirit. Psalm 68, 19. And we're going to go back to Ecclesiastes. And I don't need to continue. We might as well stop right there, man. It's already 10 o'clock. We're in Psalm 68:19, and then we're going back to Ecclesiastes 11.
Psalm chapter 68, verse 19. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loadeth us with benefits.
Guess what? How often is the opportunity for healing around you?
Daily.
Daily, man. You got opportunities daily.
Not 10 years.
Not 38 years and stuck in the same situation. Opportunities for wisdom are there daily. Daily, the Most High give you opportunities every day. But do you make excuses every day? What excuses you got today? Why you can't change? Why you got to block wisdom? What's your excuse today? Every day there's wisdom available. The Most High drop benefits on a daily basis. Wisdom just be going over people's heads. Change goes over people's heads. Growth goes over people's heads. Read? Let that go. Go back to where we was at in Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes
11, verse 6.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 6.
Read that.
In the morning, sow thy seed.
It says, so you know the best way to not make excuses? Because you're not gonna look at the conditions to dictate change. Well, maybe it's too late for me. I'm too old to change. I don't have no help. I'm by myself. I've been hurt before. I don't trust people. I'm scared. All those are excuses. He says, take action. How often? How frequent should be your action? He says, sow thy seed, which means keep trying. Keep taking action for growth. He said, what?
In the morning, sow thy seed.
He said, so don't look at the weather. Don't look at the wind. Don't look at the storm, because those are just excuses. First thing in the morning, since the Most High said he load us daily with benefits, that means that in the morning, I should be trying to do what? Change.
Sow the seed.
Sow my seed. Make change. Take action. Make myself better. First thing in the morning, get up. What did I do to better myself? What did I do to change my condition? He said, you got to sow your seed in the what?
In the morning.
Okay. Read on.
In the morning, sow thy seed. And in the evening.
Oh, wait, what else?
And in the evening.
He said, and what type of frequency? That means your efforts got to be consistent day in and day out.
Just because.
Just because. That means you can't let an opportunity slide by for development and change and growth. He said you got to sow your seed in the morning and you got to sow your seed at night. What does that mean? That means that there are counsels that are going to be given to you that are clear. The morning represents the light. Clarity. There's counsels that are going to be given to you that are crystal clear based on the changes that you got to make. And you got to follow them counsels. But there's going to be some counsels, though, that may not be clear. They might not be crystal clear, but it's still advice. It's still wisdom. It may not be that clear. May not make all the sense in the world, but somebody provided you with something to say, hey, you need to change this about you. They didn't really go into detail. They didn't really paint it out and lay it out all with clarity. But they still gave you a direction, even though it might not have been as clear. That's sowing that seed in the evening.
Wow.
You got to follow both of those counsels. You got to follow the counsels that's clear as day, that you understand, and you got to follow the ones that's not so clear, that's hard to understand. You know why? Because he says what? Read on.
Verse 6. And in the evening withhold not thine hand.
Keep working. Why?
For thou knowest not.
Because you don't know if it was the crystal clear counsel that you followed that helped you, or you don't know if it was the half counsel that you partly understood that helped you. He said, because what?
For thou knowest not whether whether shall prosper.
You don't know which one was going to benefit you. The clear counsel or the not so clear counsel. You got to follow both of them. Because you may think that, you know what, the clearest counsel I follow that. I should see changes. It may be that, or it may not be that. It may be the not so clear counsel that you really didn't understand, but somebody told you, hey, you need to make these adjustments. That may be the benefit that made you prosper. So you got to follow both of them. Because a lot of people say, well, that don't make sense to me. Well, does it always have to make sense to you? Or does somebody got to lay it out clearly what changes you got to make? So if somebody doesn't precisely tell you exactly your problem, you can't accept it? Because that's what we be wanting. We want somebody to say exactly what my problem is. The minute that they're a little bit off, they're a little bit not detailed enough, they didn't precisely tell me my issue, I reject it. Because you didn't pinpoint my issue precisely. And you didn't tell me, no, that was wrong. I'm not that kind of person. So everything you told me is out the window. Because you made this one error in the counsel that you're giving me and how you thought I was this way. So your counsel is null and void. But how do you know which one's going to work? That's what we want. We want somebody to lay it out in detail. Iota for iota. Tittle, jot for jot, tittle for tittle. Comma for comma. You can't be wrong when assessing my problem. You better not be wrong.
I better agree with it.
I won't agree with it. I won't agree with it if it's not in detail and precise. I won't agree with it. I saw a flaw in the counsel. Or if you telling me a counsel I don't see you follow, come on, man, I'm not. That's out the window. He said you got to follow it anyway. You got to follow it anyway. Although you may not understand what the sister told you to do. She just may have given you some simple advice. Hey, but do this. Make this change. You know how you know this is true? Because when you read the story of Elisha and how Elisha healed Naaman of his leprosy. Elisha told Naaman, go wash in the Jordan 7 times and thou shalt be made whole. Your leprosy shall be healed. That was too simple. He said, I got 2 rivers that are cleaner than the Jordan River. Why can't I just bathe in those and be healed? Because that counsel was too simple.
Or
it wasn't my way.
Or Christ said, spit on the dirt. Put in your eyes.
That's after the fact. That's you jumping ahead.
Oh,
that's after the fact. That's in John. I mean, that's in our Mark. But we jumping ahead. We're going to get there. Yeah, we're going there. But he said, but it's that simple. It's the simplicity of the counsel that may not make all the sense in the world to tell you what you got to do to change. Most I say follow both of them. Follow the one that makes sense and also follow the one that may not be as clear. How do you know which one's going to benefit you? You don't. You got to believe both of them. That may be the one that provides you with the answers that you need because you actually put the work in and the effort in to make the change just because you believe that this was the direction that you had to go. Because the Most High set up these individuals around me to pinpoint my issues and show me exactly what's wrong with me. We want a psychotherapist to analyze and break us down in order for us to say, okay, I agree. That's my issue. You got it. That's me. Okay. That may not be the one that gets you progression moving forward. That may not be the counsel that you get to move you forward. You don't know which one it is. It could be the one that you're doing in the day, meaning it's clear, or the one in the evening that's not so clear, but you're following. And you're taking action upon what you hear. The sowing seed is representative of taking action. Read that again.
God, verse 6. In the morning sow thy seed, in the evening withhold not thine hand, for thou knowest not.
Your hand is your effort. Your hand means your effort or what you put your strength to. That means you can't stop working when it comes to change. Remember what he said. He said that the error is the people don't know the way of the Spirit. They got to see it to believe it. No, you don't stop working just because you don't see it. You got to keep making effort and put your hand towards change, whether it's clear or not. Read.
For thou knowest not whether it shall prosper,
right.
Either this or that.
He said it could be this counsel that you got that was direct and clear as day, or it could have been a counsel that was not so clear. It could have been that counsel that you followed. Could have been the simplicity of the counsel. You know what Naaman struggled with? Naaman struggled with the simplicity of the counsel that Elisha gave him. The simplicity of it. You want me to bathe in a dirty ass Jordan? That was his answer. That was his solution. That was his healing. That was his opportunity to get the damn leprosy off his skin. But he said, I got a better way. Why not just go to do, let me bathe in these two rivers. These are cleaner. Is it about what's cleaner? Did Elisha say, bathe in this to take the leprosy off because that Jordan is dirty or it's not so clean? Was it about the cleanliness of the river? Or was it about the obedience of the instruction? It was about the obedience of the instruction. His own servant had to come back and say, hey, if he asked you to do some miracle, would you have not done it? He said, you know what? You're right. I would have did it. Then he came back and followed instructions. We be tripping over how the instruction comes. How it don't make sense. This didn't really make sense, man. Who gives a damn if it don't make sense? Were you given the counsel to change? Were you being shown what your issue is? Do you need a finite breakdown of what your issues are? Or can somebody just say, hey, brother, you need to focus on this. Work on this. Hey, sister, this is your problem. You need to change this. Do they got to say it in a nice way that's palatable to you, that's easy to swallow, that's agreeable to your taste buds? Well, I don't like how that person talked to me. Does that mean they're wrong? Does that mean because you don't agree with the tone that they use, that they're wrong and that's not a counsel you should follow? No, most I say follow both of them. Because you don't know which one going to work. He said it could be this one or it could be that one. But we wanted preference. We want a preference counsel. We want to prefer the type of counsel we receive based on our pride.
Huh?
Based on how we see ourselves. Then you know what? Those are just excuses you're making. Wisdom don't work like that. You don't know how wisdom works.
It's just gonna take you long.
It's just gonna take you long. You're gonna be stuck. He said follow both of them. Read on.
God, either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good.
He said, or both counsels may work. It may have been the clear counsel that worked, that helped you grow, or it could have been the not so clear counsel that worked that helped you grow. Or it could have been a combination of both of them. Who knows? Who knows? But he said, but you can't pick and choose how you or what you agree to in order for you to change. You got to just follow. You just got to believe that you got to make the change. That's how the Spirit works. And a lot of us don't understand that. Mark chapter 5 verse 28. Give me hold on. Verse 6 you just read, right? He said, or whether they both shall be alike. Meaning what? That means I tried everything. I tried both of them. I tried all of them. I tried one, the clear counsel. I tried the not so clear counsel. And I tried both of them together. That means I tried everything. Give me Mark chapter 5 and verse 24.
Mark chapter 5 and verse 24. And Yahushua went with them, and much people followed him and thronged him. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years.
How long this woman had this problem?
12 years.
Yeah, she had this problem for how long?
12 years.
We just read about a man that's been lame, sitting by the pool waiting for healing, for the disturbing of the water by the angel for 38 years. This woman had this problem. Male and female be having problems for a long time. They stay stuck for a long time. There's no growth for a long time. Read on.
Verse 26. And has suffered many things of many physicians.
But you know what? This person didn't stop what? When it says she suffered many things from many physicians, meaning what? She didn't stop. She was trying everything. She tried everything. Somebody had a physician, a recommendation. I refer you to this doctor. She going to that doctor. I need that healing. Hey, well, you know, if that doctor ain't no good, go to this guy. Okay, I'm going to go to that guy because I want that healing. I'm going to try everything. Yes. No, she didn't. That's what coming off what we just read in Ecclesiastes. Read on.
And has spent all that she had.
When it says she spent all that she had, that means she tried everything possible to be healed. How many times do people put that effort forward to be healed? Do you try everything possible? Do you go to that degree? Or do you give up and say this ain't working? The wind blowing. My seeds will be wasted.
It's wintertime.
It's wintertime. And it's not going to take root. The ground is too hard.
That's it.
Or it's raining too much. Wash away my seeds. Or do you try everything? Read on.
It says, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse.
It said, but her condition didn't get any better, but it did what?
It says, it rather grew worse.
Because when you're not moving for development and change, you're not growing. You're actually getting worse. Well, if you're not growing and you're not changing, you are getting worse. You are pining away. You can't tread water and expect growth. It doesn't work like that. You have to be obedient to the shepherds, the leaders that the Most High got around you. Follow their counsel and do it and take action and be proactive in the counsel. Then comes the salvation. Then comes the safety. He said, the multitude of counsels, there's safety. Read.
All right. Verse 27. When she had heard of Yahushua, came in the press behind and touched his garment. For she said, if I may touch but his clothes.
What does she still have? What was she holding on to?
Faith.
Faith. Because that's how the Spirit works. The Spirit works by faith. That's how the Spirit works. You got to believe in what you're being shown and told. You got to believe that it's possible. You got to believe change is possible. You can't make excuses. I don't got no help. I'm by myself. Nobody's helping me. People are stepping over me. Those are excuses. This woman tried everything, lost all her own life savings, but she still didn't give up what?
Faith.
She still didn't give up faith. You got to believe. That's why it says, by faith, Noah, being warned of things not yet seen, prepared an ark to the saving of his household. You prepare by faith. You don't wait for something to go wrong and then decide to make changes. You change in advance and then wait for the benefits. Read on.
It says, for she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole.
He said, I shall be what?
I shall be whole.
Read this for me real quick. Read verse right here. To teach.
God. It says to teach to value the mercy. And
it said we got to teach and value the mercy that the Most High gives us. Read on.
To teach him to value the mercy.
Right.
And to excite in him desires after it.
It says you got to motivate people to be excited to change and to take advantage of the mercy that the Most High provides for them. That's our job. We gotta elevate, incite, promote, and inspire people to want to change. Because people won't change; they'll be full of excuses. Read on.
In spiritual cases.
It says, especially when you're dealing with what?
Spiritual cases.
When it comes to spiritual cases, people need motivation. They need inspiration in order to change. Especially when it comes to spiritual cases. Read on.
People are not willing to be cured.
It says people are not willing to be what?
Cured.
Go ahead.
Of their sins.
It says because people without inspiration, people are not willing to be cured of their what?
Their sins.
Because they're going to be making what? Excuses. Read on.
Are loth to part with them.
It says they're easily to part. They're quick to part from change, from hope, because they don't believe without inspiration. They'll say it's too late for me. There's no hope for me. Read on.
If this point, therefore, were but gain, if people were willing to be made whole.
It said if people only understood, if that they were willing to be made whole, if they just had a desire to be made whole, if they didn't give up hope and quit. Read.
The work were half done.
It says the work would be what?
Half done.
Half the battle is what?
Okay.
half the battle, you're halfway to victory if you have a desire to want to change. And you don't give up your faith. You're halfway to healing. If people only knew how close they were to changing their whole life and changing their whole circumstance, people be this close. They be halfway there and don't even know it. And they give up too soon because they lose hope. He said, don't you know that even if you were willing to change, that you would already be halfway there to victory? That's why the scripture said in 1 Corinthians, first you must have a what? Willing mind. A willing mind is necessary for change. You're halfway through the battle. Let that go. Let's go back and read Romans chapter 10, verse 10.
Romans chapter 10, verse 10. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness.
It says, for the heart a man believes what?
Unto righteousness.
Read on.
And with the mouth confession is made unto salvation.
It says, and with, so you got to believe with what?
With the heart.
With the mouth and with what?
And with the heart.
And with the heart. That means your mouth and your mind got to be in agreement when it comes to change. That means you got to say what you believe and you got to do what you say. Don't just say kind, but don't do anything. Because it doesn't work. You got to be convinced by both. Your actions must back up your words. The Most High is expecting you to be consistent in both. Don't just say kind, I agree. Kind, brother. Hey, brother, this is your problem. You need to look out for this. You need to be warned of this. You need to make this adjustment. Hey, sis, if you're going to grow, this is what you need to do. Don't say kind. No, but your mind ain't there. You got to be willing. You got to have a willing mind. When your mind and your mouth are aligned, he said both of these lead you to what? Salvation.
And with the mouth confession is made unto salvation.
Hebrews. Give me no, we're going let's go ahead and finish it already 10:30. Skip that. Go to John chapter 5 verse 7 one more time.
John chapter 5 verse 7. The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man.
He said, I got no what?
No man.
I don't got no man. When a man makes this excuse, I don't got no help to change. There's nobody here. I can't do this by myself. This is too much for me. This is a person that has grown a certain way within their mindset. That mind frame, by definition, is called invertebrate. Get this definition of invertebrate. What does it mean? What does the word invertebrate mean? I-N-V-E-R-T-E-R-A-T-E. Invertebrate. Get the definition of invertebrate. What does that mean?
I-N-V-E-R.
T-E-R. Yes, I-N-V-E-T-E-R-V-A-T-E.
Okay. Invertebrate. Definition. It says, having a particular habit.
It says, this person, when this man said, I have no man, they've already made an excuse of what?
Habit.
A habit. Has your excuses become a habit? Have you made it a habit to make excuses when it comes to change? Because that's why this man could hold on and be so quick after 38 years to still hold on to this excuse. Because that excuse was a habit already. He formed a habit in making excuses. He's grown accustomed to making excuses. This person has already grown invertebrate, meaning this mind frame is habitual. It's too late for me. I can't change. I'm alone. I can't do this by myself. This is too much. Nobody wants to help me. You've already been programmed and made a habit of this mentality. Well, yes. It's like a reflex. It's automatic. Soon as somebody says something about change, I got a habitual excuse already ready to go. I got something to combat you with. that I created as a habit. What else is the definition?
God, it says having a particular habit, activity, or interest that is long established.
That's what?
That is long established.
This is a long established habit. Making excuses is a long established habit. You could be changed. Wisdom is available. The benefits of wisdom are always available. But have you gone against your long established habits of making excuses? Read on.
It says, and unlikely to change.
And they become unlikely to what?
To change.
This person has grown invertebrate. You have become, with your pre-programmed, long-established excuses, you are less likely to do what?
Change.
So you got to stop listening to your excuses. Stop listening to that BS that you got in your mind about what people need to do in order to help you be better. Or you can't be better because you need help, or you don't understand, or you can't read. The Bible's too hard to understand, or it's not written in English, or I don't trust these people, or too many things have happened to me. All that's BS. What else you got?
Inveterate also means a liar.
So when this man said, I have no man to help me, what did Christ understand about this man? He was a liar. What else you got in the definition?
It says someone who does something very often and cannot stop doing it.
Yeah, making excuses is habitual. You got a bunch of BS that's already programmed in your mind. You can't stop making excuses. This is what destroys people. This is what stops the spirit from flowing through them. That's why there's no growth. What else?
Always doing something or enjoying something and unlikely to stop.
They're not likely to stop, bro. That's why I said the class is called What is Your Rate of Change? Are you willing to change with urgency? Do you believe in what you're being told is your problem? Or you've grown habitual in your excuses to not change and you're less likely to change? John 5:7, one more time, last verse.
John chapter 5 verse 7. The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man. When the water is troubled, to put me into the pool, but while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. Yahushua saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk.
Did Christ hear any of his excuses?
No.
Did Christ believe or even acknowledge his excuses?
Couldn't do it.
They say, what? You ain't got no help? Oh, man, that's sad, man. You've been here for 38 years? Oh, my goodness, I feel for you. You know what Christ said? When Christ said, man, get up and walk. What is he saying? I don't believe your excuses. I'm not buying it, man. You got a bunch of BS in your head of why you can't get healed and why you can't change. It's a bunch of excuses. That's why Christ said, man, get up and walk, man. I ain't listening to that. Why are you listening to that? I don't believe it. You know what that means? That means the man had the power in him the whole time. But he was too busy succumbing and lying down because of those excuses he had. Those excuses kept him in prison.
Or
pining away. This class is for anybody that needs to analyze their own personal growth and development and believe. Do you believe in what you're being shown by spiritual people around you to identify what your issues are? And are you making an urgent movement to change your condition? Or are you just living with a bunch of BS in your head and you've grown to where you're less likely to change because you want to believe your excuses as being valid, but Christ don't believe that. But this is why we're in our condition. This is why change is slow. But Christ is always ready to heal when you are. That's why it says, wilt thou be made whole? And when you look at that woman, read that woman that had the issue for 12 years. Finish reading that. the one that spent all her living on
Healers.
on physicians. Yep. 5 and 29. Using 28. Just read it.
Mark chapter 5, verse 28. For she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole.
She didn't give up faith. She never lost faith. She never lost hope. Read on.
Verse 29. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up.
Instantly she received healing because she never gave up hope. She didn't rely on a bunch of excuses. I went broke trusting physicians. None of these doctors work. There's no hope for me. She never lost faith. Read on.
And she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Yahushua immediately, knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, who touched my clothes? And his disciples said unto him, thou seest the multitude thronging thee.
You see all these people. How can you ask that question? Read on.
And sayest thou, who touched me? And he looked round about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague.
He said, what healed you? The fact that you didn't give up. The fact that you had every excuse to say why healing was impossible. Because you went broke trying to look for it. But you didn't give up. Your effort, your urgency, and you're taking advantage of an opportunity. Seeing an opportunity and taking it. Not sleeping on it. Has done what?
Thy faith, daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague.
Go live your life and live a good life. Go live a good life. Your life from this point on has changed. You no longer be plagued by whatever ailments and weaknesses and situations you've been plagued with in your life. Go live your life in peace. It was based on what? Her faith. Yes, sir.
Right before she touched the water, it already dried up.
Yeah. No, when she touched it. It says she knew she already had hope. She had hope within herself. The scripture in Romans chapter 8, verse 24 said we're saved by what? Hope. We're saved by hope, man. We're saved by hope. You can't give up hope. Change is always an opportunity that you got to take advantage of. So as soon as you're ready to have faith and don't give up, as quick as the Most High can heal your situation. Any questions? All right, with that, we'll see you on Friday. The Water for Watching online, the Water for Watching in class. We'll be back in action on Friday. And the Water for the brothers online, the Water for hanging in there. I know it's a little late. And we'll see you again on Friday. All right, shalom.
Shalom.